Okay, so before we get into this giant collection, a few things real quick. The goal of this channel before and after this video is to do super in-depth, heavily edited videos that look at series that I just love, be it manga, anime, video games, whatever. So far, I've done 3 other videos covering Toriko, Shaman King, and Trigun, and those are the types of videos that are actually going to be what this channel is made of. What I want from you watching is to let me know, out of all this manga you're about to see, or even stuff that's not here and you just like, what do you want to see? I want to take these series and elevate them for fans and to maybe shine new light on them for anyone who doesn't know about it yet. You can check those 3 videos I mentioned, links down below, for the constant types of manga editing and analysis I'll be doing. I have a Twitter that I'll link below where I shitpost about whatever I feel like, manga, video games, anything, whatever, so feel free to come by and say sup. And finally, I've decided to open a Patreon that I'll link below. At the moment, between the usual full-time work week, my free time has been used mostly for editing these videos here lately. I'm doing it because honestly, it's fun, and I really do enjoy doing it. But if you want to help support the boy because you like what I be doing, the links are below. I recorded a lot of this in one take with no thinking ahead, so excuse any bad grammar or slight bumps as I held the mic and camera. I'm trying, I swear. In that same regard, a lot of this is coming from the top of my head during recording, so if I get something wrong, I'll correct myself in editing. Alright, enough talking. Let's get in there first with the Viz section. Alright, starting off strong with 20th Century Boys and Asadora by the god himself, Urasawa. So 20th Century Boys is probably my favorite thing by him. It's basically the story of one man versus the world, but it's this really interesting thriller mystery where one guy ends up dealing with this cult that has world domination on their mind, and the scale and the weird turn everything takes and the history that he has with the cult. It's really interesting, it's really good. Like I said, I think it's my favorite thing by him at the moment, but I haven't finished everything. We'll talk about all that later. And Asadora is his new thing that he's currently doing. I think it has a hiatus here and there, but whatever, you know, who cares? He does good shit, you know it's good. But I haven't actually read it yet because I'm just waiting on more of them to come out, so we'll find out when it's time. Fucking rip in peace Act Age. The story of a girl's journey to becoming a great actress that got cut short because the author, not the artist, the author, hopped on his bike and decided to go creep on little girls one day. Yeah, it was really cool. A lot of people really enjoyed it, but it's over now. Whatever, move on, I guess. So Assassination Classroom is one that I actually watched a couple episodes of way back when, and then just never finished it, but then decided after looking at all of these amazing covers that I finally was like, yeah, alright, I'm just gonna read the manga instead. I wanted to get the box, it was out of stock, didn't know if it was coming back, grabbed a bunch of these on sale, now the box is back. Whatever, fuck it, gonna buy the rest and start it eventually, cause yeah, I love these covers, and the story of the, what was it, Kuro Sensei comes down from the moon and is gonna blow Earth up unless these kids can kill him. It's pretty interesting, I really liked what I got so far. So I don't actually know much about Astra Lost in Space other than it's just these 5 volumes, and it was made by the creator of Sket Dance, who I believe was originally an assistant on Gintama, so I mean, yeah, that immediately means, yeah, I gotta check everything you do out because Gintama's my heart. So yeah, I'm gonna check this out here soon, only 5 volumes, sounds great. One of the miniseries by Oba and Obata, Bakuman. So I need to actually read Bakuman. I ended up getting like all of these for $3 a pop one day. So it's about 2 artists, well, I think an artist and a story writer, maybe they're both artists, I don't fucking know, getting into Shonen Jump and being in weekly serialization and what that process is like from the people who made Death Note. I hear it gets really unhinged towards the end, but whatever, I think it sounds really cool. I'm definitely excited for this one. Beastars. Like, Beastars was probably in my top 5 manga, creeping up on my top 3. Then that ending was so bad, I was like, yeah, you're just gonna have to stay in the top 10, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love Beastars. The story of Legoshi discovering who he is in this world and the world itself of Beastars, everything about it is so good. But holy fuck, that ending's terrible, oh my god. But the rest of Beastars is good. Go read it. Go watch the anime too, I guess. I think it's really good. I don't know, I didn't watch it because I just did the manga. So, beat the Vandal Buster. The one thing that always throws people off when it comes to this series is like, I think it's still going right now, it's just not translated and is on like a weird schedule, but Beat is totally still going, you could still go and check it out. But it's about a boy named Beat, he's gonna bust the Vandals, yeah. But the thing that I think is most interesting about it is it was actually made by the team that made Dragon Quest Dai, so if you're into Dai, you'll probably dig Beat. I should probably read more of it. If it's still going, it's gotta be good, right? Man, I really like Black Clover. I don't know why everyone hates Black Clover so much. Like, is it generic? Yeah, for sure. Is it doing anything particularly special in the series? No, not really. But is it just really solid with a good cast and a fun world and really interesting things happening in it to just enjoy? Yeah, for sure. Don't get me wrong, it's not gonna break down the fucking boundaries of the world, but I think it's really fun. I think Ast is actually a really enjoyable protagonist. I think a lot of the side casts are really fun. Black Clover kinda gets a lot of bullshit. Oh, also, why did the clovers stop changing colors on these? They were colorful over here, then they just kind of stopped over here. What the fuck, Viz? Is this in Japanese too? What happened? At any rate, Black Clover's not bad. Motherfucking Black Cat. So this one is actually about the assassin Train, also known as the Black Cat, a former assassin for an organization who runs like the entire world. But he wanted out of the life, so now him and his new partner go around doing bounty hunting work, and he tries to live on the straight edge, but of course, the past comes calling to him. It's pretty solid. You're not gonna find any of these physical volumes probably anymore, unless they're probably expensive by this point, but it's on the Shonen Jump app. Solid little shonen, not anything special, but really good. One of the big three themselves, Bleach. So yeah, I've got all these volumes over here, and then on down over here, I've got the rest of the series. So, well, obviously I'm still missing some, but whatever. So, Bleach. There's a lot I want to say about Bleach, and I'm going to say about Bleach. Spoiler alert, stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be an extremely long video about Bleach. Do you want to watch it? Go look at the other stuff that I mentioned earlier. You'll see what this one will be like. I got a lot to talk about. Spoiler alert. I like Bleach. So, in my humble opinion, Blue Exorcist is one of the most underrated things that's going on right now. Well, not going, it's actually on a year hiatus, but at any rate, it's been going for a little over 10 years now, I believe. It's monthly, and I just don't hear anyone talk about it. I do know having a really mediocre anime didn't help any, but it's just such a strong series with amazing characters and character designs. The plot has felt like such an amazing progression every step of the way. The story of Rin and Yukio, the bastard sons of Satan who go to the Exorcist Academy to kill their father, and everything that comes along with it, and everything that they do and everyone that they meet. It's really solid, for real. Check this one out. Bobo. So yeah, Bobo is a fucking classic. The manga is about a world where a bald man has declared hair illegal and makes everyone bald, and if you got hair, you're going to fuck down, and Bobo is gonna fight back with his nose hairs and his afro. It's a fucking stupid gag manga. It's really fun. The anime is really good. The Japanese version and the American English version are basically completely different. So just pick one, watch it, then go watch the other. Bobo is really fucking good. Not for everyone, fucking funny though. Go Bobo. So I don't know too much about Buso Rinkin, Watsuki's next thing that he did after Kenshin, but I know that it wasn't too well received considering it's only 10 volumes. I got all of these I think for about $30 and I just haven't got around to it, but it's one of those things where it's like every time I see Watsuki's name I'm just like, oh yeah, you. Ceres is another one I don't know too much about, but got all of these at a really good price. I know Yu Watase is the creator of Fushigi Yugi, which is supposed to be really good, so I just kind of grabbed these because I was like, I'll trust the name brand. Haven't got around to it yet though. Something I should knock up higher, let me know. Fujimoto the God with Chainsaw Man. Like, what can I say? You know who Chainsaw Man is, and if you don't know what Chainsaw Man is, he's gonna go fight the demons and get with Makima. Chainsaw Man is really good. I really like it. I'm ready for part 2. I really want people who like Chainsaw Man to also go read Fire Punch as well. We'll talk more about that later. But Chainsaw Man. Can't wait for the anime. Chainsaw Man. No clue on too much about Children of Wales other than I saw these 2 covers at Barnes & Noble and was like, give me those are beautiful. I think it's about the society of people who are living on some kind of sand whale just swimming through the desert. I don't know why they're there, and I don't know too much about that other than this art and these covers. Yeah, looks cool. Claymore is another one where I got all these for about $3 a piece and just haven't read it yet, but I have a lot more intention to read this soon. I know Claymore was always billed as Berserk with women, but I've always thought that comparison in a lot of things was really shallow and doesn't give either of those things enough credit for what they individually are. So I'm just excited to check out Claymore eventually and see what it really is about, because it looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. D. Gray Man and the story of Alan Walker. I really like D. Gray Man. Will it ever finish? I don't know. Is the story perfect? Not at all. Especially after the hiatuses, you could tell that Hoshino has a lot of things going on behind the scenes with her. So D. Gray Man, I feel like on some aspects has suffered from it, but at the same time is changed and benefited from it. It's hard to describe. I really like D. Gray Man and Alan's quest against the Millennium Earl, but I don't know where it's gonna go, how it's gonna end, and because of that, I'm not sure how I feel about where it is right now. It's still really cool though. Don't dislike it at all. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell Dragon Drive is. I think it's some kind of summon digital dragons in a type of board game or digital game and fight with each other. I don't know, I saw the Shonen Jump logo and grabbed them. They were like $2. Oh. The manga of the anime with the girl who has G-Cub tits, Dead Man Wonderland. I really like Dead Man Wonderland. I think it's a little rough. It's definitely not perfect, especially with how the last arc kind of goes, but it's still super cool. The art in it is fantastic. Why does this volume right here just have this red line and it doesn't fit the rest of the black and white scheme? It just has this stupid red line. Fuck you for doing that. Also, I've got this Tokyopop volume up here. I got it for like $2 because of whatever, it was cool. But yeah, Dead Man Wonderland, the story of the kid who's got to get out of this fucked up prison with his blood powers. It's really fun. Give it a shot. It's a little edgy, but it's cool. I like it. Dead Demons DDDD Destruction, the boy Asano himself. Haven't read this one, just waiting to get more volumes of it. I believe it's the story of cute girls in school, but also an alien invasion is happening. I always heard people say that people got mad at Ano, like, dude, draw more cute girls, we love it when you draw cute girls, and he's like, okay, here's cute girls, but also aliens. I love Asano, so yeah, this is on the list for sure. I feel like it's safe to say that Death Note is one of the most famous manga/animes there is in modern day. Like, it's crazy how many people I know that don't get into anime or manga at all, but still have watched Death Note because that English dub also knocks it out the park. But at any rate, Death Note, is the classic banger. You know what it is. How does the story change after the halfway point and people kind of have diverging opinions on the second half of the story? Yes. Is it still worth checking out? Yes. You can get these old versions. There's those super black, all black versions that look really cool. Or you could get the big boy version if you want to strain your fucking eyes and oh my god, look at it. Look at this. It's so thick. Demon Slayer. So if you haven't read or watched Demon Slayer, which by this point feels like even less people, but if you haven't got into it yet, now is absolutely the best time to do it. I really wish I would have waited until it was over, because reading the Final Fight weekly was definitely not what I like to do. I don't like reading things weekly that much in general, so reading the Demon Slayer Final Fight weekly was really rough. But at any rate, Tanjiro's got to fix his little sister Nezuko, she's the demon. The story goes from there. Watch the anime is great. Watch the movie's great. The manga's great. It is super solid. Like I said, I got some opinions on the end. No, I'm not going to talk about them here. But Demon Slayer is still really solid. There's a reason it's sold as much as it did. Dr. Stone kicks ass. Like, the premise of one day the world just chilling and there's a green flash that encompasses all of it and petrifies everyone for like 3,000 years until one day the smartest man, or well, boy in the world wakes up out of his stone prison and starts to rebuild the world from scratch in the primitive ages with nothing but science and everything that comes from it. I fucking love Dr. Stone. Got that Boichi art, that, oh man, Dr. Stone, it's got everything I like. It's one of my favorite things running right now. I know it's easy to get kind of bogged down in all the technical words and the sciencey aspects of it. There's a lot of chapters where not a lot happens, but hey, the things that do happen, the story of the Y-Man, that's that good stuff. Fucking Dragon Ball, what can I say? I've got these old volumes right here and these really old Viz graphic novel volumes right here, but the only reason I don't have all of it is just because I'm waiting to buy the box set eventually of both of them. But yeah, it's Dragon Ball, what can I say? Goku gonna find the balls, then he's gonna continue to fight until all of eternity ends because Super will never... it peaked at Dragon Ball. The more I think about Dorohedoro, the more I'm like, you might be in my top 5. The story of Kaiman and Nikaido and their gyoza shop and everything that comes next. It's hard to talk about why I like Dorohedoro so much without getting right into everything, but the grimy, dirty art that's also incredibly pretty and unique, the super brutal and callous world that at the same time is so sweet. Like, Hayashida's great. I really wish Viz would have actually kept putting the color pages in these, but whatever, fuck it. But yeah, Dorohedoro's great. You can go watch the anime on Netflix. It's not as good as the manga, I'm gonna be that guy, but you just check out Dorohedoro, man. It's so cool. So one thing I actually didn't notice until getting ready to do this video was that Eyeshield 21 was written by the same guy that's writing Dr. Stone, and is being drawn obviously by Murata, who does One Punch Man. So the Inagaki is just constantly teaming up with banger artists and putting out crazy cool stories. I need to actually read Eyeshield 21, got all these on super good deal, yada yada, but it's probably really high up next on my list, honestly. I might be doing it after I finish something else I'll be talking about later. But yeah, fucking Eyeshield 21 looks really good. Motherfucking Fist of the North Star, Hokuto no Ken. This is one of the things I've been wanting on my shelf ever since I first got into manga in general. The story of Kenshiro in the wasteland, watatataing anyone who gets in his way, looking for the multiple villains of the star system. Oh my god, Fist of the North Star is the shit. Yeah, so Fire Punch was the thing that came before Chainsaw Man, and is a lot different in tone. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of very similar things, especially towards the ends of both of the series, but the things that happen in Fire Punch are a little bit more extreme. Don't know if everyone's gonna vibe with it that much. Like, the main premise is about a man who is eternally on fire looking for his sister's killer in a dystopian world where the whole thing's iced over. It's a wild story, and it ends in a very strange way. But if you like Chainsaw Man, give it a shot. If it's too much for you, just back out. I won't blame you. What can I say about Full Metal Alchemist that my anime list hasn't already said? Well, is it perfect? Yeah, I guess that's personal, but it's pretty much perfect for me. If you want to watch the anime, go ahead. Make sure you watch Brotherhood, and I don't care what anyone says, watch 2003. Do it. It's good. Those people are wrong when they say don't watch it. It's good. But yeah, Full Metal's great. So yeah, I don't know nothing about Flame of Recca other than all these volumes were like $2 a piece, so I grabbed them all. I know it's supposed to be a really well done martial arts series. Don't know anything about the story though. I'll find out one day. If I find out sooner, let me know. Furadate's masterpiece, Haikyuu. So for the most part, I am kind of anime only with Haikyuu, and ended up grabbing these volumes to kind of pick up where the last season left off, and just haven't got into it yet because finding these gaps right now has been really difficult because of, you know, the world. But Haikyuu is fantastic. Just the story of one kid's determination to be the best, and his rival who believes he's the best, and their friendship and how they develop over time, and all these amazing side characters. Shout out Bokuto. I love Bokuto. Haikyuu's fantastic. I recommend it so much. A lot of people don't want to get into sports series. This is the one I recommend for a starter sports series. This is the anime to watch if you're like, well, I just don't know about sports things. Try this one. I wasn't sure either. This got me. I love Gintama. Like, is it perfect? No, it's not. But I love Gintama. It's perfect for me. Here just recently it finally ended, and the movie was great. The final chapters were great. The manga's great. The anime's great. The filler's great. I would say the one thing about it that makes it hard to recommend is you kind of have to watch and read a lot of other things to really get a lot of the jokes in it. And even then, some of these things are like very specific Japanese humor that you're just not gonna get because you don't watch Japanese comedy television shows. But at the end of the day, the characters, the action, the comedy, it's great. Sriracha, you did it. You somehow landed it. You did it at the end. It's all great. I love Gintama so much. And I'm also really upset that Viz just decided, nah, we're done. And it never got finished over here. Whatever. So I mentioned earlier, Fushigi Yugi's supposed to be good, but I don't actually know either, so I need to read this and Sirius, I guess. Add it to the list. You ever have a series that you know is really good, but you just haven't got into it yet, and you're like, I know that's a 10 one day? Yeah, that's Golden Kamuy for me. I got up to about this volume, I believe, volume 5, and that was all there was at the time. So I just kind of waited, bided my time, just recently got almost all the volumes. I'm missing 8 right there, I just noticed. And I think there may be more past 22 now. At any rate, I cannot wait to get into this, and especially now that it's entering its final arc. It's time. This is going to be good. Golden Kamuy's great from the little bit I read. Recommended to everyone. Buff boys being real good. Hell's Paradise is another one of those series just like Golden Kamuy, where I've heard about it, I've seen about it, and I know it's good. I'm just waiting on the rest of it to finish up here before I get into it. I think it's only like, what, is it like 14 volumes? Is that right? Is that right? I don't know. I'll check it in editing. But when it finally finishes up here, yeah, I'm getting those. I'm getting in. The artwork is great. I've seen what people have to say on Twitter about it. I cannot wait. It's gonna be a good time. I can already feel it. So Goodnight Pun Pun is basically Trauma, the manga. It's a hard one to recommend. I like Pun Pun a lot. I think everything involving the cult is absolutely terrible. Don't like this guy at all. Go away, get out of the story. But as soon as the camera is back to Pun Pun, following his journey from child who deals with the trauma of having an abusive household all the way to a young adult and everything in between, like, it's gonna hit very significantly for some people, and it's gonna hit very opposite for some people. Not for everyone, definitely for me. The never-ending masterpiece itself, Hunter x Hunter. Man, even if Hunter x Hunter never finishes, I'm fine. The Dark Continent arc could be the best thing that ever happened, but I got what I needed out of the series at least. Hunter x Hunter's amazing. If you haven't checked it out yet, just go watch the 2011 anime. Check the manga out too. A lot of people want to shit on the manga, but the manga's got really good art. Those panels you see of, oh look, he didn't finish it because he was dying in bed. Yeah, those are fixed in the volume. Shut up, it's fine. Don't really know anything about Eyes? Don't really know anything about it other than it's a romance series where I believe the girl isn't into the boy, but the boy's into the girl, or maybe there's a love triangle. I don't know. I think it's very comedic, and it's like, oh, she still doesn't realize, oh ho ho. But I've heard a lot of YouTubers recommend it. I'm gonna give this one a shot. So, Inuyasha, one of Rumiko Takahashi's most famous things, honestly. They got those there, and then there's 2 of the big ones over here. I need to get more of these big boys, but Inuyasha, the early Toonami days of being 7 years old, being like, man, Kikyo's pretty hot. Inuyasha's pretty cool. I need to read it. I've never actually read it. I've seen almost all, at least a lot of the anime. Never actually read it. Need to finally get into it because Rumiko Takahashi's great. I love everything she does. Does it go on for too long? Yeah, probably. I don't care. Well, I was gonna start this off by calling it 2021's Bleach, but I don't think I could do that technically now because of events. But it's Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, what can I say? Yuji Itadori, he ate the finger of Sukuna, he's got the demon in him, and one day he's gonna have to be killed, but until then he's gonna beat the shit out of these curses and protect his friends at any cost despite what happens. The anime by Mappa was absolutely amazing. If you haven't got into it yet, that's a great way to start. The manga's art is amazing. I love the way that Akatumi draws these lines and the way that flow feels so impactful in it. I know a lot of people will give the criticism of, well, the art doesn't feel done, it looks ugly. Yeah, shut up, you're stupid. Jujutsu Kaisen's great. Give it a shot. There's this little Kirby manga right here. It's adorable. I love this manga. Every single panel in it is just really fun. There's all these amazing little drawings of Kirby in it. If you're into Kirby, if you're into cute things, and if you're into cute things, you'll be into Kirby. Check this out. It's cheap, it's fun. There's gonna be more of them. Apparently, this is only volume 1. This is a really good time. Komi can't communicate. She's got to make 100 friends. It's about a girl named Komi who, well, has a communication disorder. She can't talk to people, but she wants to make 100 friends, which is not easy to do when you literally can't talk to people. And a lot of people, I think this is going to be a romance comedy, especially with the anime coming out. It's comedy. There is romance later, don't get me wrong, but this is comedy. This is meant to make you laugh and smile. The romance is here, but it's not what matters the most. You're here to laugh and smile. Kaguya-sama. Man, where is season 3? I need season 3 so bad. I should probably just read the manga, but I'm an anime only on this one, and I have been, cause oh my god, that anime is so perfect. I need season 3. Please, God, give me season 3. But at any rate, it's a battle shonen technically between a boy and a girl who love each other, but they can absolutely never admit to the other person that they love them, or else they lose. Motherfucking Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac. I have it with the K's because that's how it is on the spine. Anyway, Saint Seiya is the shit. If you don't know anything about Saint Seiya, the anime, not all of it, but the anime is currently on Netflix to go watch. It's so good. The story of Seiya, the boy who would become the fucking Pegasus Saint. He's gonna protect Athena with his boys, and man, it inspired so much. It's so cool. I wish I could find more of the manga, because good lord, it is just fucking gone. Saint Seiya is the shit. Just go watch it. I can say it over and over and over again. Just go watch Saint Seiya. So yeah, what do you expect? You expect me not to have the JoJo in here? I think, going back to it, JoJo may have been the first manga I ever actually read. I remember in 2012 when the anime was coming out, people online were freaking out that it couldn't be as good as the manga, it can't do this, can't do. So, watch the anime when it came out, immediately went and read the entire manga back when all that existed was the Duang subs, and what a time that was. And now it's on my shelf, which is crazy. I wish I could look back into high school with me and be like, yo, one day you gonna have all this on your shelf. Well, not all, obviously. I'm missing parts 2 and 3. Reason for that specifically is because part 2 I need to buy in these big boys because that's all you can. But man, I really want the original part 3 volumes that came out over here back in the day. Those were so cool, and you can't get those anymore. But now part 5's finally coming. Part 6 will be here in like another 2 years, and part 7 will be like in 4 years, but whatever. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. It's crazy this is even on my shelf. So, Kuroko. I think it was technically the second sports series that I ever actually got into, but it's about a kid named Kuroko and a kid named Taiga who joined their high school's basketball team and can go on to dominate the entire high school track. So Kuroko's entire thing is he has no presence and he's just invisible on the basketball field, and that's one of the big things about this series specifically is it leans into the fact that it is a manga and anime. You have characters that are invisible on the field, you have characters that look at you and you collapse. Like, there's literally anime powers happening out there, but it's really fun. I really recommend it. Could there have been more at the end? Yeah, possibly, but I think we're good. It was really good. I really like Kuroko. The only 2 things I know about Mar are that people will actually really enjoy it. I've seen it pop up a couple of times. And 2, I believe it's by the creator of Flame of Recca. And Flame of Recca is supposed to be really good, even though I haven't read it, you know me. But at any rate, yeah, put this on the list of things that I'm interested in. Thumbs up to this. Mar's supposed to be good. And then right up above Mars is the first volume of Mashal. This looks like it's gonna be right up my alley. I hear it's not supposed to be very long either, according to the author, if that's right. I'm excited for this one. This is gonna be a good time. It's basically, what if Saitama from One Punch Man was in Harry Potter? Mermaid Saga is another little thing by Rumiko Takahashi. Don't honestly know too much about it, other than I saw Rumiko Takahashi and someone said it had body horror in it, and I was like, yeah, okay, sounds cool, I'll get that. So yeah, there you go. I need to finish Monster. I'm a dipshit. I haven't finished Monster. I ended up getting distracted and getting into Billy Bat instead. And side note, Billy Bat's really good. Billy Bat's never gonna make it to America. It's never gonna happen, considering they have, the World Trade Center and Lee Harvey Oswald as central plots of the story. Read Billy Bat. At any rate, Monster. So basically, what if you accidentally saved evil itself, and it grew up into an adult who is now the most evil thing in the world, and it's your responsibility to stop it. It's a really interesting story that is, I feel like the whole point of it is to delve into the depths of humanity itself. I really need to finish it. I could be talking out my ass here. Monster's pretty good, Urasawa's pretty great. You know what the deal is, get into it. Easily one of the best magic-based series that I've ever read, Magi. So, following Aladdin and Alibaba, they journey across the land trying to become kings and learn what it means to be a magi and a king and things like that. And it's hard to really talk about where the story goes because you think it's just gonna be a shonen battle thing with some magic-based things, but it's something a lot deeper than that. It goes into things that I just didn't expect, questioning about like fate and reality itself. I really do recommend Magi. Just go into it with the mind of this is not going to be all big shonen battles. Expect to read. There's gonna be some reading. Reading's important in this one. My Hero Academia, Green Naruto himself, and one volume of Vigilantes up there. So yeah, My Hero, I do like My Hero. I really like it a lot. I think it's so far at least, it's peaked at My Villain Academia, but this new arc definitely has the potential. Like, finally, we're moving forward in time, things are happening. I think this new arc has the potential to really be the peak of the series, easily. Alright, so the Evangelion manga. I've got some of these old boys right here, these old like Viz graphic novel editions, and this one newer edition right here, and then over here we've got the new 3 ones they're releasing. So yeah, the Eva manga. It's a really good companion piece to the anime, adds its own little flair and its own little differences from the story, just like the rebuilds do. It's another just piece of the puzzle. I love it just as much as I love the anime and the rebuilds. If you're a big Eva fan like me, they're definitely worth checking out. The art is beautiful, it's that good stuff, definitely worth it. Nisekoi, the love triangle between mafia families. So yeah, it's about a love triangle basically between 2 mafia family kids and another person, and it's a Shonen Jump rom-com. It's got the comedy, it's got the sweetness, it's got the hot girls, it's got everything you want. Don't know anything about Nora other than I think it's about a demon who gets kicked out of the demon world and has to go live with humans, and it's got that Shonen Jump on it, so I bought it because it was only a couple bucks and I'm a sucker for shonen. But from what I can tell from flipping through it, it has really solid art and a really solid fight scene, so maybe I should check this one out sooner. I don't know, let me know. Alright, hit the Naruto music. So yeah, Naruto what do you want? It's another one of the big 3. I really love Naruto. The war has problems, but I like the war, and everything from pain back, it's all great. Naruto's great. I don't know what you want me to say. Got a data book, everything. I love Naruto. I will probably talk about it on this channel eventually, and it will be long and extensive and probably annoying. But what can I say? It's Naruto. It's great. Alright, so No Guns Life is pretty cool. I've only watched the first season of the anime, which from what I hear is not a great version of telling the story, so I ended up grabbing these first couple of volumes and they're out of order. Shit. Whatever. But yeah, I've been meaning to get into this. The series is finally ending, which is pretty much like a broadcast to me of, hey, it's time to get into something. Can't wait to read more about it. Main character has a gun for a head. Gun head. Come on. What more you want? Alright, yeah, number 5 by Taiyo Matsumoto. He's mostly famous, I think, for Tekken Concrete, which is a really interesting story in itself. But basically, he writes very odd things with a very odd art style. This one is about a group of very famous military heroes numbered like 1 through 10, I believe. Maybe not 10, I can't remember. But one of them, number 5 specifically, if you can't open the title, takes off on his own and is now being hunted down by the rest of them. And it's just the story of how this plays out. Definitely check out number 5. Alright, One Punch Man by Yusuke Murata and originally by One. I really do love One Punch Man. I think the later half of the manga, or what's going on right now, has not really interested me as much and has kind of just been boring me a little bit, so I've fallen off for about a year now, but I do really still like it. I'm gonna get back into it. I'm gonna finish it. You know how it goes. I also hear Murata is having to go back and redraw chapters or something all the time, so I'm just gonna wait till it's done. I'll let you. I already said I like waiting until things are done. Probably just gonna finish it when it's time. One of the more underrated things that I'm going to be showing off today is Siren, a manga that got canceled a little bit too quick if you ask me. It's about a kid who he's basically an Ichigo. I mean, he's your good old boy who's strong, who's tough, who plays the sports, people like him, he does the good thing, yada yada. Gets a phone card dropped to him one day, dials it in on a phone booth, remember phone booths, and is taken to another world that might be the future, who knows, where there's all kinds of weird monsters, weird people, and you have to make your way to the exit to get back to your time, where you have to keep playing the game daily after that, or weekly or whatever. But Siren's really cool. It didn't get the chance to really flesh out all of its wings, I feel like, but it is really cool. It's only 16 volumes, good luck finding any physicals of it, but it's on the Shonen Jump app, so I recommend it. It's really cool. Platinum End was the most recent series by Oba and Obata, the Death Note team, and I don't really know how I feel about it. I liked, the artwork is fantastic. The story about there needing to be a new god and a battle between all the candidates of godhood with Angel supporting them was interesting too. Something about it just didn't really hook me, and I'm not sure what it was. There's an anime coming out, maybe it'll help me get back into it, but I don't know. I'm not the only person who had this problem either. A lot of people are kind of down on Platinum End. Maybe just check this one out for yourself. I don't know how I feel about it. Nana is something that I really want to get into, but it's on indefinite hiatus and probably will be for the rest of time. But it's basically about two Nanas who moved to Tokyo together, well, not together, but moved to Tokyo at the same time and end up becoming best friends. One's a, more pretty put up girl, and then you have your punk rocker, and it's just a really interesting story that maybe one day it'll get something. But there's also an anime of it too. No matter what you do, Nana's pretty cool. Just, another hiatus. Nura Rise of the Yokai Clan is another one of those, I don't know what this one's about, these were just $2 a piece. If it's good, let me know, I'll get into it. The artwork is really good on it, those covers are really cool, and it's on the Shonen Jump app. Maybe I should give it a read. Let me know. Another one of my damn it Viz, you let me downs is Reborn. They cut off the publication, I think around volume 15 or so, and getting volumes of it now is insanely difficult. These ones cost a lot more than I'm really willing to admit. At any rate, Reborn is really good. It took a while to really find its footing and what it wanted to be. It's starting off as a comedy manga about a useless boy whose literally name is Useless Suna, and a little baby hitman shows up from the mafia and says, hey, we're gonna make you into a mafia boss. And around chapter 50 or 60, it straight up turns from a comedy series to a battle shonen, and is a battle shonen the rest of the time. It lasted around 300 and something chapters and still was canceled around that point, but at any rate, I really like Reborn. It's absolutely not perfect at all. It's kind of rough, but I like Reborn. I really do. It's cute as fuck too. Look at this kid. Look at Reborn. He's so fucking cute. Lambo's cool too, but look at Reborn. I believe that Rawgrad is based on some kind of Japanese-only MMO, maybe. That could be right, that could be wrong, I don't know. At any rate, Obata did the art for it, so yeah, I got it, because it doesn't matter if its story's good or not. His art's there, so that's what matters most. We're set for One Piece. Motherfucking One Piece, baby. Ah, man, I love One Piece. well, it's one of my favorite things. Like, to be fair, I've not read all the manga. I've watched all the anime though. I'm caught up with the anime. I'm one of those people. A lot of these volumes I actually got in like a manga box that was just I got all these for like $20 and it was full of manga. But at any rate, so yeah, some of them are in a rough shape and like, but it's One Piece. Luffy's gonna be king of the pirates. The treasure's out there. Roger laughed at. Man, I'm so excited. One Piece is so good. So, Rurouni Kenshin, the original Big Bang hit by Watsuki. Okay, divorcing him from the conversation for a second, Kenshin's really fucking good. The story of the wandering vagabond who's gone through his hellish past and who will put it all behind for the bright future. Kenshin's a really solid manga. I do like it. I like, obviously, because I own it all and I've seen the anime multiple times. I like Kenshin a lot. But it really does suck when something you really like has the taint on it of, oh, no, someone here's a huge piece of shit. So, speaking of shitty authors, here's Toriko by Shimabukuro, the guy who also wrote one of my most favorite mangas of all time and did the bad stuff. At any rate, I love Toriko. I made a video on Toriko. Toriko is one of the most important series in my life. Really sucks that it's always going to be tainted by the author being a creep. He wrote some gas though, I'll at least give him that. If you want to know more about Toriko, go watch my video. It's really good actually. It's way better than the author of Toriko at least. So Twin Star Exorcist is one of the next series that I'm really wanting to get into, kind of like how I got into Blue Exorcist out of nowhere. It's one of those long-running monthly things that not a lot of people talk about, but the people that do talk about it swear up and down by it. So I got these first 5 volumes on sale for like $4 a piece, I think, and just gonna get more of them and then get into it then. But yeah, really excited about this one. The art looks great. I've seen shots of it for years. This new recent cover, look at these characters. Like, oh my god, this cover is fantastic. Ugh. Renee is another one of the billion Rumiko Takahashi series. I don't know anything about this one. I ain't gonna lie, that main character looks a lot like a lot of her other main characters, but hey, she writes nothing but bangers, so who cares? I need to figure out what to do with Ranma 1/2. I know it's really good. I've seen a little bit of the anime and I read a little bit of the manga, and I'm just kind of stuck here in the middle of which way do I go? Do I read it? Do I watch it? I don't know, because I bet they're both pretty good. Someone let me know. So right here we got one of these fat boy Tokyo Ghouls, followed by the box set, which I got on a good deal. And then a lot of Tokyo Ghoul-ry, not all of it, missing a couple of volumes. I've read Tokyo Ghoul, really liked it, got to the last chapter, and it said, read the sequel, you dumb bitch. And I just haven't done that yet. I need to get into read. It sucks that as soon as I bought the last volume, they went, hey guys, we're making a box set, so I can't make it sit next to this one. Whatever though, it is what it is. But I love Tokyo Ghoul. It's a little edgy, but there's a lot of really good character writing in it, and the art is, oh boy, that artwork. Read Tokyo Ghoul. And I can't speak much about Chojin X, the new thing that Sui Ishida is doing, but I mean, if it's like Tokyo Ghoul, probably pretty good. So, Junji Ito's Frankenstein and Venus in the Blind Spot. I haven't read either of these. I assume Frankenstein is just Junji Ito's take on Frankenstein. And Venus in the Blind Spot, I don't know if it's an original story or if he's adapted another short story into some kind of fucked up manga, but it's Junji Ito, so I got him. What do you want? What am I gonna say? Yakuza Lover is something that is part of my girlfriend's side of the collection, so I don't really know anything about that one. Oh, Kishimoto. It just wasn't meant to be, I guess. I like Samurai 8, the story of Hachimaru, a crippled boy who ends up gaining immense power through a sword, going across the galaxy doing samurai kid shit. Like, it was really fun. I really liked Samurai 8. It definitely wasn't perfect, it was rough around the edges. It did get 5 volumes though. I guess that is a decent amount of time to really find its footing, which I enjoyed it, Japan must not have. Who knows, maybe one day Kishimoto will come back with something that isn't Boruto. Sonnen is probably my favorite thing by Asano. I read it at a time where it was like it was made directly for me. Everything about it hit a little bit too close, you know? And yeah, Solomon's really great. If you're a 20, 21, 22-year-old who's really trying to find yourself, or even a little younger, honestly, or even 26, don't matter. If you're someone who is young and you're trying to find yourself and you don't know what you're gonna do, you don't know what to think about life, this manga was written for you, specifically. Solonin is something really special, and I'm going to definitely talk about it one day. Alright, up here we got Undead Unluck, which I haven't started yet, but hey, people that read it say it's really good. From what I can tell, Japan is really into it. I'm gonna get into it here soon, just like with Mashal. Excited about this one too. Spy Family, same with Undead Unluck, just waiting on more of it to come out before I really get into it. I believe it's about a fake family where the husband is a bodyguard, the wife is an assassin, and the daughter is a psychic, and all kinds of hijinks and shit ensue. But this is getting an anime here soon. Really excited to get into this one. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho. It's the shit. It's the shit. Tagashi's original Big Bang masterpiece. I mean, what more do you want? It's the shit. I do think I prefer the anime a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. The manga's fantastic and has some of them beautiful shots in it. But man, the English dub of the anime is just so great. I can't help it. I love it. But yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho was really important growing up. It was one of those Toonami shows like Dragon Ball Z and Inuyasha that a lot of us watched growing up. Like, what can I say about it that hasn't already been said? You want to go watch some of the best content of people beating the piss out of each other? This is the way to do it right here. Don't know anything about Zom 100 other than it has really good covers. It's a new zombie series, and a lot of people on Twitter that checked it out went, yeah, really liked the first volume, so I started pre-ordering them. I'll check it out eventually. Yeah, looks cool. Motherfucking Black Lagoon, my girl Revy. Man, Black Lagoon's the shit. When it comes to the manga, I actually don't know too much about it because it's kind of hard to buy at the moment, and I don't know its current. Is it still going? Is it on hiatus? I don't know. At any rate, I've seen all the animated stuff. I absolutely love it. Got one of the best dubs there's ever been. Balalaika. Yeah, Black Lagoon's dope. Go check out Black Lagoon. Not too sure how much about Blue Flag other than it's a love triangle romance series that people absolutely fucking adore. I think it's fairly short, only like 6 or 7 volumes maybe, so I need to hurry up and get on it. I bet it's probably really good. Real is also something I need to get into. Like, the only reason I really haven't is because it's just been on hiatus, but I think Inoue's been dropping chapters for it, so it might be time to get in there. Same story with Terraformars. It's been on hiatus for quite a while now, which I think there was like a comment last week or so from the author, maybe it was the author that said that as soon as the story writer, or if this was vice versa, was feeling better, the story would continue and it was not over. So maybe one day I'll be able to get in here. But yeah, it's got the cockroaches, you know. Them. You know. Pluto is another one of the bangers by Urasawa. I haven't read Pluto personally because I want to know more about Astro Boy, because I know it's in the Astro Boy universe, and I hear you don't have to know a lot about Astro Boy to really enjoy it, but I mean, I want to know about Astro Boy before I get in there. So yeah, this is on the list as soon as I learn more about one of Japan's most pivotal fucking things ever. The Dragon Ball Z that time I got reincarnated as Yamcha is just literally, what if some dude got hit by a bus and he woke up and he was Yamcha in Dragon Ball Z and he was a huge Dragon Ball mark, so he's like, yo, I know what to do, and he beats Frieza. It's really silly, but it's pretty good. Just this one little thing, it's pretty fun. Check it out. As of the time of this recording right here, I'm only on volume 11 of Slam Dunk, but I get it. I get why this is one of the most popular sports series of all time. I get why this is so important in Japan. This is something special. This is a fantastic read. Like, it's hard to really just go into what makes it so good without immediately start spoiling things about the characters and the way they're written, but Sakuragi is an amazing protagonist. The rivalry between the other teams is already so well written. I'm very excited to keep reading this one. My love story rules. I haven't actually read the manga, but I have seen the anime. It's about a big gorilla goofball guy who's in love with his super cute classmate, and she's really small and frail compared to his gigantic ass. And his best friend is also the hottest boy in school, and every girl he's ever liked has gone for the hot best friend, so now he likes this girl and doesn't want the hot best friend to go for him, and he doesn't think she would like him because he's a big goofball. Then the best friend decides, wait a minute, she's kind of cute, and things go from there. It's really funny, it's adorable, my love story's fucking good, check it out. Super stoked that Urusei Yatsura is finally getting like English published. I feel like it's taken the longest out of all of her stuff, even though it's one of her first things. But anyway, Urusei Yatsura is another one of the big Rumiko Takahashi bangers, one of her earliest things. It's really fucking good. The story of the alien girl who comes down and steals a boy away from his girlfriend. It's great. If you like her stuff, you definitely want to give this one a peep. It's kind of like a progenitor for a lot of her other stuff. The Way of the House Husband is like fucking hilarious. Like I remember reading these 5 volumes. I'm waiting on number 6 right now because this is taking a long time to print them. But I read these 5 volumes back to back to back. It was, oh my god, it's like it was made for me. The whole premise is he's doing something around the house, and then you could be misconstrued as he's a Yakuza member because he used to be, but all he's doing is helping the Roomba out. It's really good. The anime, it's not an anime, it's a motion comic. The motion comic wasn't really for me, but if you like it, go ahead, watch it, I won't hate you, you do your thing. But check this manga out, it's hilarious, adorable, it's great. So, Ping Pong, the manga, it's hand in hand with Ping Pong, the anime. So the manga is by Taiyo Matsumoto, who I mentioned earlier with like number 5, and an anime directed by Masaki Yuasa, who made Devilman Crybaby and a lot of really good things. But at any rate, Ping Pong is fucking dope, just the story of a ping pong tournament and the people that play it. It's really fucking cool, the anime is beautiful, the manga's got that weird style that Taiyo Matsumoto does. Ping Pong's cool, check it out. Tagami Bachi, letter B, yeah, like, this is another one of those random jump series that I just don't know too much about, but the covers and the spines kind of, yeah, they really did it for me, so I immediately was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get all this for my shelf. I need to read this one. I don't really know anything about it other than I believe the main character is like a courier or a postal service guy who delivers messages across a fucked up world like he's in Death Stranding or something. I really need to get into this one. These covers just do it right for me. Love it. Rosario plus Vampire I do want to read, but at the same time, the box set has finally been coming back around that has the sequel in it too, so I think I'm just going to hold off on it until I buy that box set. So yeah, more on this one later. If you think I should buy the box, let me know. If you think it's not worth the time, probably also let me know because it's like 150 bucks. Yeah, up here we got a couple of just one-off volumes, a random volume of Monster I found of its old printing. The first volume of Banana Fish, I hear it's a really good kind of boy love-ish series, but at the same time, like obviously shoujo because it says it right there, but I hear it's really good and has some pretty heavy themes in it too, so I want to check it out. And the only one of those old school JoJo volumes I mentioned earlier that I've been able to find. Really want to get all of these. It's not easy, but man, I would love to have these for my shelf. All these old covers, that's me right there. Alright, and the last thing on this shelf is World Trigger. Now, World Trigger is a series I have very mixed opinions on. I think a lot of the cast is amazing, and I think the lore of the world with the neighborhood and the power systems and everything is like top notch. I absolutely love it. That being said, half the series has literally just been training battles inside simulations against other team members and teammates, and that don't do it for me. I really want to like World Trigger, but from what I can tell, that takes up a bulk of the series. I just want to go to the neighborhood. Let's go to the neighborhood. Maybe they've gotten there and I just don't know. Maybe I need to get back into it. Let me know if I'm wrong. Alright, so next up we got Shaman King, which I'm not going to say too much about because I already did in this like 41-minute video. If you want to hear what I got to say about Shaman King, go watch that video. It's really good. Shaman King is really good. I really like it. Spoiler alert. But that's a really good video, so if you want to know what I think about that, just go check that out. Side note, good luck getting these Viz volumes because they're gone. It ain't happening no more. They gone. So, The Prince of Tennis is another one of those long-running things that I'm a little nervous about, because on one hand, it's really popular. People talk about it. Hell, there's a whole Gintama character that's just based on the main character of this. But on the other hand, I know some people say it gets a little bit too over the top and ridiculous with how long it's gone on. but at the same time I kind of don't really give a shit about that. But if it's a sports series I should check out soon, like something like Slam Dunk, let me know, because I will definitely do that. But you know, just a little hesitation based on the internet, but you know the internet. Okay, so The Promised Neverland, like, I read the first 4 volumes of it when they first came out here in America, and was like, okay, I'll wait until more happens. Then the anime happened, never watched it, season 2 happened, and, yeah, so, and then the manga ended, and people also were kind of like, yeah, but whatever. I want to get back into it. The start, the premise, just a bunch of kids living in an orphanage that's basically a demon farm. Like, it's really interesting. I'm gonna get back into it. I think it's gonna be good, despite what Twitter has to say. Okay, so something that I wouldn't necessarily say is underrated, but kind of is the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. I haven't read GX yet. These are all just like $2 and I like the GX anime, so I got them. But the original Yu-Gi-Oh manga, this stuff right here, which the original series was the stuff before the card games. Then you have Duelist, which is the card game. Ours a spinoff. Then Millennium World, which is dealing with all of the Egyptian stuff. The manga's actually really strong. It's really fun. The art's really great. The card battles are a lot more in-depth, I feel like. Don't get me wrong, I like the animes for all of them, but the mangas, don't overlook the mangas. Give the mangas a check out, especially this stuff. This stuff right here is pretty good. Don't really know anything about Wak Wak other than it's only 4 volumes, it got cancelled, but it was apparently written in such a way that its cancellation felt completely natural. I was able to find these honestly very cheap for a series that I don't think's been printed in a long time, so yeah, I'm interested in this. I want to see what's up. And lastly are these little one-offs over here, like All You Need Is Kill, which is, I believe, is actually a light novel or something like that that's existed for a while, but this, in the art itself, was done by Obata of, you know, Death Note art, so it looks really pretty. But basically, it's the story of a guy who is in the middle of a war with a weird alien force, and he dies on the battlefield, wakes up again in his bed at the beginning of the same day, repeats it, gets better, fights the aliens. Short, sweet, really interesting, worth it. Definitely check it out. Downfall by Inio Asano, I haven't actually read yet, but I hear it's kind of like a really good companion piece to Solanin, whereas Solanin is like finding yourself in that middle age of life, or well, early age of life I should say, like 21, 22. This is about what comes next. The stagnation of your 30s. I'm really interested in that because the clock's ticking. It edges closer every day. Murajushi and Sneeze are both single things by Urasawa. I'm gonna be real, I ain't read them, I just pre-ordered them because I saw Urasawa and then they showed up and I was like, oh shit, I pre-ordered these. Need to actually get into them because, hey, is the GOAT. No Longer Human by Junji Ito, written by that guy from Bungo Stray Dogs. I mean, it's based on a very old novel written by Bungo guy, but it's a really heavy, dark story. Got some of his more sexually charged things in it. It's pretty cool, though. And lastly, Time Killers by Kazuo Kato, who is, you know, known for Blue Exorcist. These are just little short stories. One of them, I believe, is actually maybe a sequel to one of her earlier things. And as well as that, there's one-shots in here that have both Rin and Yukio's designs in there, so if you're a big Blue Exorcist fan, it's definitely worth checking out. Pretty sure Shiami's in there too, but you know, definitely pretty cool. Alright, so the last thing for Viz, I believe, are these vagabonds up here, which I'm missing like 9, 10, and 11 of these big boys, and then just have the last one because I think this last one is getting kind of hard to find. And I have one of those extras I found up there too. But Vagabond by Inoue, like, what can you say? It's great. The story of Musashi Miyamoto, the story of how he goes from being the punk kid all the way down to here where he grows and changes so much, and just how amazing it is. Like, if you like Berserk, you're gonna like Vagabond. If you like Vinland Saga, you're gonna like Vagabond. If you like all those, you'll like all. Those are the big 3 for a reason of seinen. Come on, you know what it is. Alright, we're moving on to Kodansha now, and starting off with the Akira box, which I have some of the singles down there I'll get to here in a minute, but so Akira, probably the most important animated movie of all time, like not the most popular now obviously, but definitely the most important. Like, the most interesting thing about the manga too is I believe the movie came out around volume 3 or so the movie kind of told an incomplete story and the manga was completed after the movie, while being influenced by the movie and taking events from that. It's really makes a really interesting way of telling the story. Akira's really fucking cool. It's one of the most important things in the world for a reason. Read it, watch it, do whatever. Akira. Chi's Sweet Home is just these super cute color comics about a cat named Chi and just having cute little adventures. Nothing too, honestly, the more I look at it, I think it may even be marketed specifically towards Japanese kids. At any rate, it's just really cute. It's a cute time. This is a good time. You like cute shit? Read Chi. She's a cute cat. Okay, so again, I believe is about a delinquent boy who does shit all throughout his high school's life and ends up graduating and is disliked and is a piece of shit, but then is transported back to being a freshman again and has a new chance at changing his entire high school career, and I believe he joins the cheerleading squad. It's supposed to be really fun and really funny. Probably gonna be a good time. I'm gonna get into this one here soon. Blue Period's a manga about art, which in itself means that shit's gonna be really pretty. I haven't actually got started on it yet, but I saw the covers, I saw what it was about with artists and stuff, and immediately knew, yeah, that's for me. I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting these. Definitely cannot wait to get started on this one. So, at the time of recording this, I am currently on volume 5 of Air Gear. I love it. It's great so far. Oh, great, super beautiful art style mixed with his inability to give a fuck. It's great. It's another example, just kind of like with Shaman King and Trigun, of a man drawing what he likes, period. And this is what you get. You get a manga of a man just drawing specifically what he thinks is cool. And it's great. Man, we're being talked about on this channel here soon. If it ends up being this good the whole way, who knows? We'll see. But for a shonen battle manga about rollerblades, yeah, this shit's great. Alright, let's just get it out of the way. Attack on Titan's ending, it's good. It's a good ending. I don't care. It's not that bad. Is it perfect? No, it's not, but it's fine. But yeah, Attack on Titan, I mean, it's great. Whatever you have to think about Attack on Titan now at the end, you can't deny that Attack on Titan didn't kind of change the landscape of anime in America. I mean, when it hit Netflix and people just everywhere were now watching Attack on Titan, like, you gotta understand how big of a deal Attack on Titan was. The anime would not be popular in America, well, as popular in America as it is right now if it wasn't for this. So Boys Run the Riot, I haven't actually read yet. I just grabbed this first volume based on premise alone, but I believe it's about a transgender person who can't, is having trouble dealing with it at school, at home, and finds comfort in another person who I believe may be a bully or something at first, but they bond over each other's fashion and end up getting into fashion for I believe maybe unisex or just kind of, just it doesn't matter, fashion for fashion's sake. But at the end of the day, it's written by a transgender artist with a transgender protagonist. So if that's the type of thing that's really up your alley, this is probably going to be a pretty good thing. Volume 2's out now, haven't got it yet, but I'm definitely interested in this. This sounds really cool. Alright, Cells at Work, the Horny Edition. So I haven't read Cells at Work yet, actually. I was gonna get into it, then they announced that the box set was coming out, so I figured, may as well just wait on it. But I did grab this out of curiosity, and yeah, it's just, what if Cells at Work was horny? Dealing with STDs and shit like that. If you like Cells at Work, you like horny, go ahead, check it out. You probably won't be disappointed. I think it has an anime, but I mean, I can't imagine that it'll be as horny as the manga, or if it is, it's probably censored, so just read the manga. Yeah, no clue what Clockwork Planet's about, but I got all these for like $3 a piece, and I'm pretty sure this is the entire series. So yeah, whatever, I'll take it. If it's good, let me know. I'll check it out. Drifting Dragons is another one of those that's cover kind of caught me just by the art alone. Like, all of these covers just are really, really cool looking. This kind of almost watercolory design, but I don't ever hear anyone talking about this. I've never seen a single post about it on Twitter. I don't know if it's just not really talked about or if people don't really like it, but at any rate, those covers were enough for to make me get the first 3 volumes. So I'm gonna check it out. It looks cool. Glepnir's another one that I don't know anything about, other than I'm pretty sure it had an anime where the bunny suit was beating the goddamn dog piss out of some boy or something. That was enough to make me go, yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'm pretty sure she gets inside of the bunny suit and it's like flesh colored in there or something. I don't know what's going on with that, but the anime looked really cool. I'm kind of a manga guy in general though, so I was like, yeah, sure, let's check it out. But, whatever. Life Lessons with Uramichi Onisan is basically, what if Gentoki from Gintama had a television show that was also basically like a daycare type kid show and was really unhappy, and everyone around him was also old and depressed. It's pretty funny. If you deal with kids on a daily basis, or a teacher or anything like that, or a daycare, anything, this is definitely something that's made for you. So, Battle Angel Alita Last Order and Mars Chronicle, I actually don't have much to say about because I just finished Alita, so I'll talk more about that in a minute. But I did grab all these on sale a couple months ago. At any rate, I'm excited to read these. Alita's really good. I'll talk more about it later. Don't know much about Cage of Eden. I believe it's a survival game where these kids are trapped on an island. I think they're dealing with animals and shit, and it could go from there. I'm not too sure, but the artwork in it was really good, so I decided to go ahead and put it on my shelf. The Heroic Legends of Arslan, I believe, is Arakawa's current manga that she's working on right now. It's based off of, I think, a book series or a light novel or something that I guess must have some kind of pull because Arakawa's doing the manga adaptation of it. I don't really know anything about it. I've heard people say don't bother with the anime, but I mean, it's her, so I gotta check it out eventually. Alright, over here we've got Happiness by Shuza Oshimi, which he's known for writing really depressing, heavy things, and Happiness is basically a really depressing, heavy thing about vampires. It's pretty good. If you get into his stuff like Blood on the Tracks or, what's the other one? Inside Mari, you'll definitely get into this too. Just the same thing, but with vampires. Grand Blue Dreaming I haven't read any of yet, but I hear it's a really solid comedy series while also having great art and a really cool focus on the ocean. Definitely excited to check it out. I think there may be a weird family incest relationship thing in it. That's never fun, but whatever, I'm still gonna read it anyway. Alright, time for the GOAT. It's the Mashima corner. We got Eden Zero, we got Fairy Tail Zero, we got Fairy Tail, we got 100-Year Quest, we got these spin-offs, we got Monster Soul, we got Heroes, we got The Playground. I like Mashima, I really do. I would say he makes really good popcorn manga, which is things that don't have a lot of flavor or depth to them, but are still really suitable and good. Like, I think I have more Rave Master over in a different section, but we'll get to that later. But Rave Master is really good, and Eden Zero is really good. Fairy Tail's got problems. It's got a lot of problems. I don't dislike it. I actually think this is the best part of it right here. Zero is the best part, but I like Fairy Tail. It's just not perfect. You know how it goes. Come on, the time skip. Come on, the time skip. But at any rate, it's still a fun ride. Definitely probably read it rather than watch it. Don't watch that, anime's pretty bad. Got a good OST, pretty bad though. Monster Soul is just a 2-volume little thing he did where the first volume features a group of characters going off and doing little side stories that aren't connected, but the second one brings it together and connects them for a big final event against a single person. It's really fun. If you like Fairy Tail and you like Eden Zero, you'll like this. Everyone gave Mashima shit for all of your characters all look alike, your people look alike, all these protagonists are the same, so he literally said fuck you and put them all in the same manga, and it's really fun and cool, and all these characters interacting with each other needs to happen more. I think Heroes is supposed to get a sequel eventually, so when it does, I'm in there, we in there. Mashima's Playground. It's just a bunch of random one-shot stories by Mashima just compiled into a single little thing. The Fairy Tail one-shots in here, Plu's Big Adventures in here. If you like Mashima, and I know his stories can be a little generic and samey, but I like his art style. I like that popcorn, and this is just more of that, so hey, you know what it is. Sankari is a rom-com about a boy and a zombie girl. I don't really got much to say about it. I haven't read it yet, but looks cute, so yeah, we're gonna get in there. So when I first saw its anime trailer, I had a feeling I was gonna really enjoy Fire Force. I did not know how much I was gonna enjoy Fire Force. It might be my favorite thing going right now besides like One Piece. Fire Force is fantastic. I love it to death. Okubo is just shining left and right with the fights and the art and the characters. It's just a great time. I absolutely love it. I like it more than Soul Eater, but we'll talk more about Soul Eater when that time comes. But yeah, read Fire Force. Watch it too. It's got a really good anime made by David Pro, the JoJo guys. It's really good. Give it a shot. I don't know what number 6 is, but this volume was free and the cover's pretty cool, so we'll see one day. Daiwer Gelder. But yeah, I don't know shit about this one other than it's by the person who made Blade of the Immortal, and Blade of the Immortal's that dope shit, so yeah, I'm gonna get into it eventually. We'll get there. I don't know nothing about Colosseum either, but I do know that I flipped through it and it had Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump, and Hillary Clinton all beating the shit out of each other, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, check it out for that alone. Oh. These two are both actually my girlfriends, Living Room Matsunaga-san and Hitori Jime My Hero. Don't know anything about them, don't have anything to say, but if you think I should read them, let me know. Shit, I will literally read anything. I don't have standards. Motherfucking Nekogahara by the boy himself, Hiroyuki Takei. Just a 5-volume tight little story about a wandering cat samurai named Norachiyo. If you like Shaman King and you like that later style of the artwork that Takei has, this right here is basically, I want to draw cats and have them cut each other up. It's great. It's a really good time. Since you can't find Ultimo anymore, go read this one. Don't know anything about Perfect World other than the cover looked like a romantic thing with a guy in a wheelchair, and that was enough to make me go, yeah, alright, seems interesting. Sayonara Football is not actually about football, it's about soccer. Yeah, I got you there, you see. No, actually, so yeah, Sayonara Football, it's about football. I don't actually know too much about the series itself, but it's by the same person who I believe wrote Your Lie in April, and I mean, hey, that's that good stuff too, so this is probably going to be a really good time. My girlfriend also used to play it, so she's really excited for this one too. Has an anime going right now that not seen a single person talk about, so I don't know what that means. Could be good, could be bad. Oh. To Your Eternity. Now, this is definitely high up on the list, both for the anime and the manga. I know the anime is going right now, and I constantly am seeing people sad post about it, so I definitely want to get into it. The artwork in the manga is also incredibly pretty, so either way, I know it's going to be a good time. Also, it's supposed to be really sad, so we'll deal with that. I'm good with that. I like that. That's that good stuff. So, Yuri is my job. Basically, what if the cutest girl in the world who everyone has spoiled and pampered since she was born ended up having a job by basically extortion at a maid cafe, and the other maid there that she got paired with did not think she was the cutest girl ever? What would you do? But yeah, it's a really good time. Go read it. It's really cute. I know I'm saying read it when I only have one volume, but shut up. Go read it. It's really cute. Land of the Lustrous, Hoseki no Kuni, my girl Phosphiliite. Man, season 1 of this anime was really great. I think it was one of the better uses of CG just that I've seen in general. Studio Orange is doing really good things over there, but the manga is something interesting. This artwork is really, really odd. It's not for everybody. It's very minimalist, but if you're into it like I am, you're definitely gonna like it. The world being this whole girls made of gems and their master who seems to know more than he knows, fighting weird wispy creatures from the moon. It's interesting as fuck. Land of the Lustrous is cool. Hopefully it comes back from that hiatus here soon. We'll see. So a little 2-for-1, I actually got all these volumes of O Maidens in Your Savage Season and these volumes of Rent a Girlfriend here in a sale last year for like $3 a piece. I don't have much to say about either of them other than I know this one is about high school girls learning about their loins, and I know Rent a Girlfriend is about a boy renting a girlfriend, and everyone seems to really hate it because of its premise, and apparently the boy is really not great. At any rate, I'm gonna check it out probably one day eventually. Maybe the manga's at least better than the anime. Amazing Your Savage Season though, that seems really cool and cute. Definitely want to give that one a read. Something's Wrong with Us seems to be about an abusive marriage. That's all I really know about it. I mean, that kind of seemed interesting enough in its own, just this weird marriage scenario where the guy seems really intense and the girl seems also intense. I'll report back. I hope this isn't like glorifying abuse or something. Oh god, I just thought of that. What if it's nah, my husband beats me and it's good though? Wave, fucking listen to me. So Wave, it's by the same person that made Blade of the Immortal and what was that other thing I was talking about earlier? Oh yeah, Wave seems like it's going to be really interesting. It's about a girl who was going through some bullshit and complaining one night at a bar, being loud and rambunctious, and sitting next to her happens to be the producer of a radio show who brings her on. for basically just be your loud self on the radio. People will listen to you. You want to complain about men, do it on the air. Looks really cool. Definitely need to get more volumes to get into it. It has an anime, but I've never seen a single person talk about it, and his artwork is really good. Samur is really good, so I'm probably just going to read it anyway. Whatever. So that time I got reincarnated as a slime is one that I'm not really sure what to do with, because I kind of want to just watch its anime to get into it, because the initial premise doesn't really catch me, I'm not gonna lie, but if the anime can at least maybe trick me into enjoying it, then by this point the manga I'll feel like progressing past it. I got these 4 volumes on sale, so whatever, no big loss there. Definitely probably gonna watch the anime and find out if I do like this one. Fucking Princess Jellyfish, the full collection. Basically, what if there was a girl who was really pitiful and had a really hard life and was just really down on herself all the time, ran into a girl one night and she was the most beautiful looking girl she had ever seen. Then that girl followed the pitiful girl home and took her dress off and was actually a guy, and that was it. The story goes from there. Goes in some really interesting places. It's a very, very sweet story. Also very funny. Just watching this girl and this guy who, it's just a really good time. Definitely check out Princess Jellyfish. If you're not sure about it, there's I think it's like 13 episodes maybe, anime on Crunchyroll, no, not there, Funimation. Go watch its anime. If you dig it, definitely read it, because the anime doesn't finish it. Good stuff. Queen Esmeraldas by the motherfucking GOAT himself, Leiji Matsumoto. So this is just another one of his many stories about space exploration and freedom. I talked a lot more about him specifically and his stuff in my Trigun video in a small little section, so if you want to know more about what he does and the kinds of story he writes, go check that out in that Trigun video. Yes, I'm plugging the video, go watch it. So, Orient by Shinobu Otaka, the creator of Magi. I'm not too sure what to think of this one, honestly. The premise and the setting does not catch me near as much as Magi did right off the bat, so that's already kind of like, maybe. And from what I hear online, a lot of people are kind of mixed on it. I think it's getting an anime here soon, so that might help me get into it a little easier, but I want to support Otaka and read whatever she does anyway, because if anything, I know her artwork's going to be up to match, because Magi may be one of the best weekly art series I've ever seen. Good God, it's ridiculous. At any rate, probably going to check this out eventually, just a little hesitant. My girl Tomoko, man. Basically, what if the internet was personified into a single girl? She thinks she's gonna be really cool because she's cool on the internet and video games, and then she goes to the real life and finds out, oh no, I suck. It's really fun, it's pretty funny, it's a little depressing, definitely a good time though. Yeah, it has an anime that's also just as good. Go check it out. Parasite. So, Parasite's a weird one. I really like Parasite. You think it's going to just be this weird, violent, survival alien story, and it's definitely a lot deeper than that. There's a whole lot of commentary on humanity itself and the nature of war and love and peace and all these types of things like that. I did not expect it to go the places it did, but I really do recommend this one. If you get the physical versions too, there's also a really good bit in here somewhere where they start talking about the Gulf War to the author and he calls Bush a war criminal, and it's pretty funny. Noragami Stray God. So this is another one that I first watched way back in the day and haven't done anything with since. I think the first season was on Netflix back in like 2013 or so when I watched it. Then Arigato, the second season, came out and I just never watched it. But I heard a lot of people say the manga's really the way to go anyway, so I'm gonna get in there. I'm a big fan of the anime. I like it a lot. I think Yato is really cool, so definitely can't wait to actually get into this one. Don't really know why, but I put the Kodansha re-releases of Shaman King that are coming out down here by themselves. I don't know, I could have put them up there with the rest, but I didn't. My opinion on these, I did state in that Shaman King video, but just real quick, they build them as perfect editions. These don't have the color pages in them. That ain't perfect. Ugh. So, Sweat and Soaps, basically, what if it was a romantic comedy, except the guy was really into her because she sweats a lot? Basically, a girl has a job at, I believe it's a perfume company, and her boss is really into scents because he has a sensitive nose, and he starts sniffing the bitch while she's around, and well, things go from there. It's actually really sweet, really wholesome, little horny, but a good time. Definitely worth checking out. Tokyo Terroreba Girls. It's actually by the same author as Princess Jellyfish, which I was praising so much earlier, yet I haven't checked this one out yet. One day soon though, we're getting there, gonna do it. Her writing is great, her artwork is great. I bet this one is just as good as Princess Jellyfish. Excited for when it happens. Witch Hat Atelier is one of those ones that caught me on art alone. Like, the covers are really beautiful, the artwork inside of it is really beautiful. I hear it's telling a very, very interesting story. Definitely excited for this one. I don't know how long it is, and I don't think it's that popular, but this one's really cool, and I really think it's probably going to be worth reading. So, am I a fake weeb if I haven't actually watched or read Your Lie in April yet? I'm gonna get to it, I swear. Wotakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku. This is really sweet. Wotakoi is really good. I think it has an anime too if anyone wants to check it out, but the whole thing is basically working at an office job when you're a huge fucking nerd and you don't want anyone at the office to know you're a big fucking nerd, but then, well, guess what? Someone else at the office is a nerd. You start dating, you keep it secret, and it's just a fun time. This is really cute, and if you're into rom-com stuff and you're a big fucking weeb, this is made for you. Fighting evil by moonlight. It's motherfucking Sailor Moon. Man, Sailor Moon's that good shit. One of the OG pretty girls. I've got some Codename Sailor V here, and I've got the Sailor Moons here. Over on another shelf we'll get to later, I have the Eternal editions of Sailor Moon and Codename Sailor V. But that's we'll talk about later. At any rate, Sailor Moon fucking rules. Usagi can beat up Goku. Each page of Sailor Moon has so much density in the way the panels are drawn, the backgrounds, the characters. I was not expecting how much art was actually going on every single page of Sailor Moon. Go read Sailor Moon, go watch the anime, Sailor Moon rules. The 7 Deadly Sins and Hawk. Hawk's cool, I like Hawk. But the 7 Deadly Sins. Man, this is, I believe, where the original anime ended before the bad seasons happened, and this is as far up as I collected. I've only read to about here or so, I'd say. I like the 7 Deadly Sins in that kind of like just popcorn shonen way that I like Fairy Tail, but at the same time, I think Meliodas may be my most disliked protagonist ever. I hate Meliodas. He's the absolute worst. Meliodas very bad, and apparently this series kind of ends really bad. Don't know if I'll collect the rest. So I don't actually know anything about Iran High School Host Club or whatever, but I do know that a lot of the big shoujo people out there put this like high up on their list. So my girlfriend wanted it, we split the box, we got it up here now. It's definitely on the list to check out. I've heard good things for a very long time about this one. Okay, yeah, so the OG Battle Angel Alita. I actually just finished reading this a couple of months ago and then ordered the rest of it and haven't got to it yet. I didn't know at the time of reading it that there was more. I thought this was just it, so that's kind of why I haven't got to the rest of it yet, because I was like, oh, there's a lot more than I thought. At any rate, it's the story of a girl named Alita who is found one day in a junkyard by a mad scientist who brings her back to his lab and fixes her up and raises her as a daughter, and she discovers who she is, what she's meant for in this weird neo-future world they live in. And it's told in a way, I believe, that the artist always was like, well, if I get canceled, I could always end it here. It's very segmented. It feels like story chunks. And it all comes together for a very interesting narrative that I really do enjoy, but knowing that it goes on even further and how things go up to... We never got to go to Salem. We never even got to go to Salem. I want to go to Salem. At any rate, I need to read Last Order. Alita's really good. I really like Alita. I want to talk more about it one day on here. Some of that real good shit. Vinland Saga, baby. Man, I love Vinland Saga. I love the first half. I love the farm. I like where it's going now. I think every part of Vinland Saga is good. The story of Thorfinn discovering who he is and what it means to be a human and how he's lived his life and all of these things. And Vinland Saga is fantastic. I can't wait for season 2. Go check out that anime, check this manga out, check out everything Yukimura does. Vinland Saga. Can't believe it got a crossover chapter with Assassin's Creed that was official. That happened. Whatever. When it comes to Revolutionary Girl Utenia, the anime I believe is still the tried and true way to go, but this manga is a really solid side piece and I got it for a really good deal honestly. Utenia is fantastic, landmark piece of lesbian culture. Go watch Utenia, it's great. Utenia is the shit. The little Goldeneye section up here with a Devil Man and Cutie Honey. So I believe Cutie Honey was actually like the first ecchi, well maybe not the first, but one of the first ecchi mangas ever to have, you know, risky girls in manga, and Devilman is fucked up. I really like Devilman. You should check out Devilman. One of the easiest ways to check it out is probably go watch Crybaby on Netflix. It's kind of a modern imagining of it. But after that, you could read this manga, you could check out any of the OVAs that have fantastic dubs.
Is it okay for me to wear my shoes in here?
I don't give a shit.
No fucking way, Rio, I'm out of here.
Come here. Fucking A, run for it. Let's get the fuck out of here.
But Gonagai is a really interesting dude. Him and Tezuka are godfathers, and they're both fucking weird. I love it. The silent voice is fucking depressing. I mean, you probably already knew that, but yeah. It's about a kid who bullies the shit out of a girl to the point where she loses her voice and can't talk anymore. Then they meet each other again later in life and things go from there. It's a really heartfelt, sad story. Every time I look at the anime, I think of that one song by Kuko because of my YouTube playlist has ruined it for me. But yeah, the silent voice is really good. This box set is honestly really affordable, so if you would like to read it, this is the way to go. It's super affordable. I got this for like 50 bucks. Just check around, you can find it. Not gonna lie, I always thought Akame ga Kill looked kind of trashy, and the anime looked a little bit too, like, lame, edgy, but I've decided I'm gonna give the manga a shot. I've heard people say that one of the reasons to kind of not look at it is because don't get attached to anyone because they're just going to die. Everyone just fucking dies in it, apparently. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot. The art actually does look pretty cool. Not gonna bother with the anime, though. I heard don't bother with that, so I'm just gonna skip that. Batum! I think Batum looks really cool. I'm a hit and miss about being trapped in video games and things like that, but if it at least has a more mature, fucked up spin on it, I can forgive it. Batum looks really cool. I like how all these covers are themed after video game boxes. I really like the Japanese ones and how they're straight up just Xbox 720. That shit's hilarious. But yeah, I really want to read Batum. I think these volumes are starting to get really hard to find because Yen Press is just done. But yeah, looks good, looks cool. Just one volume of Bungo Stray Dogs up here. When it comes to Bungo, I've seen all of the anime and the most recent movie. I fucking like Bungo a lot. No plans to read the light novels, but I'll watch more anime and I'll probably end up getting into the manga if it gets more printed because I can't find half the volumes right now. But yeah, I like Bungo. It's really good. It's pretty cool. I like it. Don't know too much about a Bride story other than I think it's about brides in history being some badass women. It has a really good art and comes in these slick ass hardback editions, so yeah, I'm gonna check this out. It looks cool. My girlfriend grabbed this volume of A Polar Bear in Love not that long ago actually. I don't know anything about it other than this polar bear looks really adorable. Look at this cover looks cute. Yeah, looks good. Yeah. Don't really know anything about Aka 13 here other than I think it takes place in some weird military type city where there's 13 different districts and this one main character kind of keeps an eye over the 13 districts, and there's spies and subterfuge and people think he might be a spy because he's a weirdo, but he's just a weirdo. And I don't know, the premise and art seemed really interesting, so I ended up picking this one up on sale. It looks so cool. Yeah. I remember seeing online a little while back that Blood Lad was starting to go out of print and that these were all on sale one day, so I just figured, fuck it, I should probably go ahead and grab it because what if I end up liking it? Don't really know anything about it. If it's something that's pretty good and I should check out sooner, hey, let me know. So I was in Barnes & Noble one day and I saw this volume of Nyankees and picked it up and saw that it was about cats who saw themselves as like Japanese thugs and ran in gangs and beat the shit out of each other even though they're just cats. It looked really cool. I grabbed the first volume. I haven't actually got to read it yet, but I mean, cats seeing themselves as big dick thugs actually sounds pretty funny and cute at the same time. I got this one volume of ReZero in a manga box that I bought wholesale at one point. I wasn't initially gonna check ReZero out because just the whole other world premise, it just doesn't really interest me. But people online talk about ReZero like it's one of the best animes, and I've seen it for years now. People putting it really high up, so I think I'm gonna give it a watch. I'm gonna find out what's up. We'll go and get in there. So, Miruko-chan is about this really adorable girl living out her day-to-day life, and she just can happen to see these incredibly fucked up and disgusting ghosts and demons that just kind of are chilling around that no one else can see, and it's pretty horrifying. But I don't know too much about the actual plot of the story itself, just the setup, but look at this art. This art's fucking good. These things are creepy. Looks cool. It's getting an anime soon, but the art looks cool. I'm gonna stick with the art. I'm gonna stick with the manga. Man, I don't know what the fuck to do with fruits baskets. Like, I've got some of these big boys here, I've got some of these old Tokyopop ones, but I've got these new collector's editions here, and there's the brand new anime that just came out that everyone says is fantastic, and you could just watch that and be good with fruits baskets. But at the same time, I look over at this manga art and how comedic it looks, and I kind of want to check it out. I don't know. What do I do with fruits baskets? Someone help. I don't know what to do. I need to read both Judge and Doubt actually here soon. I'm a dummy, I just haven't got on them yet. I know that they're about these killing games. I believe it's called like Rabbit's Doubt actually. And I know they're supposed to be really intense and involve very young people, and they're not recommended to everybody. I think Judge Volume 3 is just, it's gone now. But whatever, I need to hurry up and read these because I bet I'd end up being into them. My girlfriend grabbed this not too long ago as well, Hard-Boiled Stories from the Cat Bar. I don't know what it's about other than there's a cat bar and someone and it's gonna be telling some hard-boiled stories. So I mean, hey, sounds cool enough. So Horimiya is something I had no clue was a thing until the anime happened, and then I heard that it was like one of the highest rated manga ever is on my anime list or something. Then I heard people say the anime was kind of just like a greatest hits version of the manga almost. So I'm gonna check this manga out. I just got these a few weeks back. We're gonna see what's up. It looks cool, looks neat. Durarararararara is one that's like plagued my mind for a long time. Every time I see the manga and the anime, I'm just like, I should read and or watch you. I know I'd probably like you. So I finally started grabbing the manga. I don't know if I'm gonna read or watch or both. I don't know. At any rate, I'm finally gonna get into Durarararara in the next few weeks or months or whatever. It's time. Don't know anything about 86 other than it's a light novel that got an anime and a manga here recently. This manga art looks really good. I like mech things, I like front mission, I like war. So yeah, look okay, let's go. Okay, so Erased. I watched the anime for it a while back, and I ain't gonna lie, on episode 2, I went, so this person's the killer, right? And they were, and the entire mystery of figuring out the killer in this time travel anime was completely ruined, and it was very boring for me after that. So I decided to maybe check the manga out and got these on sale. Maybe it'll be better than the anime, because while the anime had moments I liked, figuring the killer out on episode 2 of like 12 was not fun. Kinda didn't really enjoy the mystery that much. So I believe Delicious in Dungeon is about dungeon explorers exploring a dungeon, but also having to like cook and survive on the things that they're fighting down in the dungeon. So it kind of goes into like the cooking aspects of fighting goblins and serving them and everything. But I also hear it's just this really solid story in general. A lot of people not a lot of people talk about it, but the people that do talk about it really like it. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out. What Dungeon Meshi I've seen it called? Yeah, I'm gonna check this one out. Looks great. Hana-chan in the Shape of the World is just this short 6-chapter thing about a little girl named Hana-chan just kind of discovering the world around her. It's very fantastical and weird, but very simple at the same time. You could probably look at it as a kid and view the story as through the eyes of a child. That's why it's probably so fantastical. But who knows? At the same time, it's got crazy art. It's really cool. Just really simple. I like it. So Black Butler is one I've wondered about for a long time. It was, I think, one of the first anime to show up on streaming Netflix way back in the day, and so I've always kind of looked at it and been like, wonder what's up there. I grabbed these couple of volumes on sale with my girlfriend because she was interested in it too, but then we both found out it was still going and was like past 30 volumes or something, and we were both just kind of like, we'll wait until it's done. So yeah, Black Butler's on the list, just waiting until there's more of a definite conclusion in sight. I grabbed all these volumes of Dead Mount Deathplay because someone on Twitter recommended it, but I don't know anything about it. I think it's about some kind of necromancer who was killed and is resurrected in modern day and is doing some necromancy shit. I don't know anything about it, but the art looks pretty good, and I mean, that story sounds cool, so So, Higurashi. This is something I don't know when or if I'll actually read because I'm much more interested in the visual novel for this and Umineko, but that's later. But I kind of would like to check the visual novel out for that and then potentially come and read this manga. Don't have too much to say about it other than that because I still haven't read the visual novel yet, but Higurashi's supposed to be really good, so we'll see. So when the Goblin Slayer anime came out and there was a bunch of people online comparing it to Berserk for some really stupid reason, I knew that just wasn't true at all and ended up grabbing these 2 volumes of the manga to see how I thought about it and see if it was like Berserk. Yeah, not only is it not like Berserk at all, I didn't really think it was that special. The art in it's pretty good, it's got some good art. Don't have anything else to say about the story from these first 2 volumes though, it was just kind of bland. So out of all of the Kingdom Hearts mangas, I think 358 by 2 Days is probably the best one and also my favorite. It's just really expressive and fun and has all kinds of great art, and it takes one of the rougher games in the series that has one of the better stories of the series and turns it into something that's actually enjoyable to digest. The movie that came with the collection is kind of and 358 by 2 itself is really so this is the way to experience it. Laid Back Camp is fucking adorable. It's just about the joys of camping. Like, that's literally, I think, all there is to it from the little bit I've read and seen. There's nothing deeper about Laid Back Camp other than camping's fucking cool. It's adorable, it's got a great anime, the manga art's great, got these cute spines. Like, man, Laid Back Camp's really good. Go read it. I'll never go camping, but fuck it, I'll read about it. So, these 2 volumes of Murcielago are something I grabbed at Barnes & Noble just on a whim because this girl looked really cool. I really like her design. And I think it's about her being an assassin doing assassin girl stuff. I know it's wrapped up. It's got the parental advisory, so I expect bloody boobs maybe. I don't know what to expect, but I like her. She's really good. I believe ID Invaded is based on a light novel, maybe? I don't know. I saw someone bragging about it on Twitter the day it came out, and I happened to be in Barnes & Noble that day, and I saw it and went, sure, why not? That's all I know. I got nothing else. When you want a boyfriend so bad, you go back to the Stone Age and fuck you a caveman. I'm pretty sure Primitive Boyfriend is basically that scenario, except as the story goes on, the caveman just turns into an anime boy. Whatever, seems funny and cute, so my girlfriend grabbed this first volume. Plus size elf, baby, you know what it is. I ain't got nothing to say. It's plus size elf. Chubby old elf girl that can't stop eating fries and other mythical people girls who just can't stop eating food and being chubby and sexy. I mean, that's it. There's nothing deeper going on here. What if you were the last man on Earth and you had to repopulate the world? That's World's End Harem, basically. There's been a virus in this one dude. He's got to pump him up. I mean, there's probably more to it. I've only read a little bit of the first volume. I need to actually go in deeper. It's getting an anime soon. Don't know how they're gonna pull that off because, yeah. Cezanne and Comic Girl is this really interesting just 1 volume thing that I think is Archipel is doing a video on these kinds of things, I believe, here soon, so go check them out. I'll link below to their channel. They do good stuff. At any rate, it's this full color story about a guy who meets a girl and they go on this space adventure together. It's in this full beautiful watercolor thing. It's just this 1 volume. I really like this. Just really recommend this. It's really underrated and really cool. I need to hurry up and get my ass on around to Yotsuba. I'm 26 now and I've existed on the internet for like 13 years, and I swear to God almost that entire time she has been there. But at any rate, it's just this really cute, adorable girl in this slice of life manga. It's funny, it's simple, it's a good time, it's great. Yotsuba's good. I need to actually read it myself. I'm a dipshit, what can I say? I actually just grabbed this first volume of Final Fantasy Lost Stranger a couple of days ago. It's about a Square Enix employee who gets isekai'd into a Final Fantasy world. Don't know anything else about it other than this cover art is fucking beautiful, and I love Final Fantasy, so I got it, but we'll see. The Girl Without a Face is just a really sweet love story about a girl without a face and her boyfriend who loves her no matter what. I don't know if her not having a face is supposed to actually be significant of something, or if she legitimately does not have a face, but at any rate, it's really sweet. So yeah, there you go. Yuri Life is another one of my girlfriend's things. I believe it's a short story collection of an artist just about Yuri's stories that don't have any connection, just feature two characters, and you read it and you move on. My girlfriend really enjoyed those short stories, so I bet a long form manga by this artist would probably be really good. Alright gang, what the fuck should I do with Yowamushi Pedal? I grabbed these first two big boy volumes because I saw the covers and was like, wait a minute, this is about like mountain biking and the art's like this? What the fuck? And then I saw it's got this whole long anime and that the manga's still going, and I don't know what to do with Yowamushi Pedal. I kind of just want to read it because of the manga art, but is the anime good? I'll watch a little bit of that if it's good. But yeah, Yowamushi Pedal, really cool looking mountain biking, I guess. Yoshino Zuikara is about a manga artist who's kind of lost his drive and revisits his hometown and kind of gets back in touch with his roots to try and find himself in that inspiration. It's a really short, quick series, and if you're someone in your mid-20s going on 30s, you know, that kind of age where you're not too old but not young anymore really, it's definitely kind of made for that age group. It's very introspective and reflective. It's a good time. I like it a lot. So this scumbag loser was on sale one day and I was like, what the fuck is this? And read the description about some dipshit who's like, yeah, no, I have a girlfriend, guys, don't make fun of me. She just goes to another school, knowing very good and well the girl he's using as an example like died a couple of years ago. Then the next day she like shows up at school and is like, hey, I'm his girlfriend. And then things go from there, and I think it's really fucking weird and creepy. But yeah, looks cool, well, we'll see. Shadow Student Council Vice President Gives It Her All is about that one real sexy girl from prison school just getting into sexy situations. The manga itself is completely wordless, it's just pictures. So I mean, hey, if you like her and you just want to see her in some situations, here you go, it's perfect. So I'll be the first to admit that manhwas and webcomics aren't really my thing. I don't really get into them. There's a lot of different reasons, but at any rate, Solo Leveling coming out physically where I can pick it up and just read it like a manga or a comic will probably really help me care a lot more about getting into this, so yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm definitely going to check this one out. Fingers crossed Tower of God and God of High School one day get this same treatment. Secretly I've Been Suffering About Being Sexless is the story about a girl who wants to have kids and is really fucking horny, and her husband who just has no sex drive at all, and the kind of conflicts that come from that kind of thing. It's a really realistic story while also being outlandish and cute at the same time. Really solid slice of life thing for both anyone in a committed relationship or just that likes nice slice of life stuff. Something I've always wanted to check out is Silver Spoon, the other manga, well, one of the other mangas by Arakawa, the author of Full Metal Alchemist. She grew up as a farm girl and her background is in farming and that kind of stuff, so this manga is basically her telling her knowledge and life experiences just in a manga. And as someone from rural Kentucky mixed with someone who loves Full Metal Alchemist, I feel like this is probably made for me. I can probably relate to this in so many different ways. I need to hurry up and get on Silver Spoon. I'm a dipshit for not doing it already. So I got these Girls' Last Tours on sale and just haven't got to them yet. Everyone says this series is really depressing. Is it really that depressing? It looks like it's about two girls traveling the world and no one's left. I don't really know, but everyone that reads it is just like, oh, get ready, so we'll see. Alright, so Soul Eater and then this one volume of Soul Eater not over here. So I've got the collector's editions that have been coming out and the rest of the series here, and we'll probably keep buying the collector's editions because they have the color pages in them, and yeah, why wouldn't I? But at any rate, I have a weird history with Soul Eater where I've tried to watch the anime like 4 times based on friend recommendations over 10 years, and every fucking time I've dropped off of it and just don't care. So I finally shut up and read the manga because everything about Soul Eater was appealing to me, just the anime itself wasn't doing it. But I'm glad I finally actually took the time to really read the manga because that did do it for me. It's definitely not perfect, it's got a lot of rough patches, especially the further on the story goes, but I really like it. I think Soul Eater is incredibly strong. I want to talk about it on this channel one day, kinda waiting for Fire Force to be over to maybe see what happens with that. Maybe we'll see where that goes. I know Toilet Bound Hanako-kun has a small but loud fan base on Twitter, and so I've seen them talk about it, which made me interested. Them being in Barnes & Noble and actually picking up a cover and looking at the art in it. Yeah, this is some really, really good artwork. I don't really know anything about the story other than Hanako-kun is a very classic Japanese myth ghost. So yeah, sure, I'll check this out. We'll see. Rainbow and Black is one of my girlfriends, but I'm pretty sure it's about a girl who wears all black and is a very dour and kind of down person, who one day finds this cute little rainbow thing who's just super happy and in a good mood all the time, and they lift each other up. It's a cute little story. This thing is fucking adorable. I don't know too much about it or where it's gonna go. It could go somewhere with an actual big plot, but who knows? It's really cute. That's what matters. Prison School's high up on the list for me to hurry up and get to. I started grabbing these on sale whenever I could and just haven't got to it yet. Everyone and everything I've ever heard about Prison School is, wow, this is really, really, really good. Wow, what a perfect series. Oh, this last volume is the worst thing ever. I don't know how that'll hold up. I'm usually pretty tolerable of bad endings because most endings are just bad in general. So yeah, I'm excited for Prison School. It looks really intense and cool. So yeah, same thing with Umineko as Higurashi earlier. I want to check out the VNs first before I check out the mangas. Umineko is the one that kind of piqued my interest more though, because Beatrice and Battler both look fucking stupid and I just want to know what's going on with them. Something that I'm absolutely fucking enjoying every bit of when I see it right now, the case study of Vanitas. So I'm watching the anime weekly as it comes out, and I'm waiting to get into the manga to read all of it from the beginning once the anime ends. But it's by the creator of Pandora Hearts and is about a vampire and a human in this world where they're trying to stop people who are killing quote unquote vampires. It's complicated. At any rate, this is beautiful. The art is great. The way the story is told is great. The character writing is great. Everything about Vanitas is perfect. Go watch that anime on Funimation because right now it's one of the best ways to get into the series since the Empress needs to hurry up and press some more of that fucking manga. Don't really know anything about the girl from the other side, but these volume covers and the art in them are fucking great. Like, it's great. That enough was enough to get me to buy the first volume. Then all these were on sale on Amazon one day for like $4 or $5. So I was like, yeah, fucking get them. And yeah, but at any rate, I'm really excited for this eventually because, man, look at this art. And Pandora Hearts is the thing that most people probably think of when it comes to Mochizuki stuff. So I haven't read Pandora Hearts yet. I know the manga's like pretty much just gone apparently. I was able to find a couple of these volumes. I wanted to check it out, and it just wasn't high up on the list. It was more of those, I'll get to it things. But since Vanitas is so fucking good, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go back and read this sooner rather than later because I think she may be making things that are just made directly for me. I've seen Dance in the Vampire Buns names for years and was able to find this big boy volume for just like $3 or $4 at that half price store. So yeah, I'm probably gonna check it out eventually because just based on flipping through this, the art in it is really strong. I don't know anything about it. I know some of the designs in it made me kind of scratch my head a little bit on, but the art in it's really good. People have talked about it for years. I should probably check it out. So I pre-ordered Booty Royale on Amazon just out of whim, didn't really think about it, forgot all about it, showed up one day and I'm like, oh yeah, this. It's about a martial arts tournament and at the same time, it's about ass and tits. Let's not front. It's directly what it's about. It's in there. But hey, if you like fighting and you like that fan service, you know what it is. These volumes of Cutie and the Beast my girlfriend grabbed on a whim at Barnes & Noble just because, hey, it looked really cute. It's a cutie. It's a beast. Here we go, motherfucking Die Dark, the new big thing by Q Hayashida, the girl behind Dorohedoro. So, I'm waiting on Die Dark, I want to do it like I did Dorohedoro, go through it hard and quick when I have all of it. This looks like it's gonna be the exact same type of thing, fucked up art, weird story, but really sweet and funny at the same time. I'm already down, I know she's gonna do it, and also, where 7 Seas is doing this, we got color pages. Thank you, 7 Seas, you're the fucking best. Blank Canvas is another series by Higashimura, the author of Princess Jellyfish. It's about a high school girl who wants to become a manga artist, so she joins an art class who's led by an insane man, and he does not care about manga one bit. And the things kind of go from there, but if you're into Princess Jellyfish, or even though I haven't read it, Tokyo Terra Rabbit Girls, this is for you too. All of her stories are fantastic, you know what it is. BL Metamorphosis is about a 65-year-old Fujoshi who meets like a 18 or 19-year-old girl who's also really into boy love. And they just form a nice bond, and it's just a really sweet story of bonding over boy love. Hope the old lady doesn't die at the end. That would honestly be really depressing. I have no clue though. Then I got a kawaii section with Solo Exchange Diary, Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, and My Alcoholic Escape from Reality. Nagata is a young lesbian artist in Japan, and these stories are basically chronicling her life as being a lesbian person in Japan whose parents don't approve, who's having trouble discovering who she is sexually, physically, everything like that, and how it can lead to depressing places sometimes. They're all really solid and have a really cute art style for having such a heavy subject matter, and they all have these nice little pink tones to them too. Big recommends to all of these. They're all really cool. Don't know too much about My Androgynous Boyfriend other than it's about a couple where the boyfriend is androgynous. He just kind of dresses gender neutral and is really focused on his looks and fashion and makeup and yada yada yada, and wants to make both girls and boys just look beautiful. I don't really know too much about it, but hey, this cover's really pretty. Maiden Abyss is really interesting. It's got this beautiful watercolor style in both the manga and the anime, but I haven't actually got around to it yet. Imagine that. It's about a town that's surrounding a gigantic hole that just goes straight down into the core of the planet, and treasure hunters and explorers go down into the hole to try and get to the bottom and find whatever's down there. And there's all kinds of stories about what happens to the people that go down there and how they get so fucked up and yada yada yada. So this boy and girl, who I think one of them is a robot, are going down into the hole, and I know it's supposed to be a really intense series. There's a lot of fucked up things in it, I think, for at least what people on Twitter say. I don't know. But yeah, Maiden Abyss looks really pretty. It's really short. I need to check it out. Hideo Kojima recommended it that one time. Getting fit with hot chicks, it's how heavy are the dumbbells you lift. So yeah, this is basically a workout fitness focused manga just with really cute girls, you know. It's got an anime on Funimation that's also really solid. So yeah, no matter what you do with this one, I really recommend it, especially if you're trying to get fit. It might teach you something. Blue Giant is about one boy discovering how much he fucking loves jazz. If you liked the Kids on the Slope anime, this is absolutely up your alley. The printing of all of these editions, this blue and black, it looks so good. The art's really good. All the character writing is super strong. Can't wait to get more of these. Can't wait to keep reading it. Blue Giant's really fucking good. Like, I know why it's called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, but come on. I don't really want to. How do you go up to people and go, yeah, there's this really sad thing, it had me in tears, I want to eat your pancreas. The actual story itself is a romance story where the girl has pancreatic cancer, and it's fucking sad. It's a really great story, but yeah, I know why it's called that, and I get the language difference there, kind of totally makes sense, but every time I see it, I'm just like, I want to eat your pancreas. Girlfriend just grabbed this Kageki Shoujo and then realized that it might be the sequel or prequel to something else, and now, so she's not sure what to do with that yet. I haven't read it either. I know it's about stage plays, and the art in it is really good, kind of reminiscent of a Higashimura thing in a way. But yeah, no, this looks cool. So, I trust in Satoshi Mizukami, and I need to read Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer, because Spirit Circle is really fucking good. Spirit Circle's that good stuff, I'll talk about it later, but I haven't read Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer, which is what I feel like he's probably more known for, honestly. So I need to fix that. I found this for a couple of bucks, need to get the rest of them before they're gone forever. They're probably already gone forever. So these volumes of Magical Girls Site or Site or however came wholesale in one of those manga boxes I mentioned earlier, and I don't really know anything about it other than it seems to be about magical girls, but flipping through the art and looking at the covers, kinda seems like it's the Madoka Magica style of magical girls and not so much the Sailor Moon style, so I need to check this out. I bet it be up my alley because I like Madoka. I married my best friend to shut my parents up is exactly what it sounds like. A girl marries her best friend to shut her parents up. I don't know anything else about it after that. It's my girlfriend. I don't know. So I actually got this volume of Call Girl in Another World on accident because I thought it was the manga adaptation of J.K. Haru's Sex Worker in Another World, but I think they're kind of similar in a way, maybe different, obviously different plots, but similar in what they consist of. This one's really horny. She's got to fuck her way out of the magical world. I don't know. It's still good even if I got it on accident, so whatever. I've seen both praise and complaints sent towards High Rise Invasion. Don't really know too much about it myself other than it seems to be some survival type game in a world of skyscrapers. I know there's an anime that's on Netflix, but haven't checked it out, and from what I remember people saying, it doesn't have the same kind of intensity that the manga has. So I do want to check this out eventually and give my own opinion on it. One day. So the Ancient Magus Bride is actually a brand new purchase. I've looked at it forever, like on shelves, the anime, whatever, and I've always wanted to check it out, but just finally was like, you know what, fuck it, time to buy the first volume. I think it's about a slave girl in a magical world that's sold to some kind of demonic lord or king or something, I don't really know, but she lives under him and his people and his kingdom, castle, whatever, and it goes from there. The art's in it's really cool, like it just looks cool. I don't know, there's something about this that's always drawn me towards it, so I want to get into this. Gal Gohan takes two really good things, gal Japanese girls and cooking, and puts them together. I enjoy it. It does have the aspect of teacher and student, so that's always a little but hey, the rest of the manga content's pretty alright. Couple volumes of the Kingdom Hearts 2 manga, and somewhere around here is the Kingdom Hearts 1 manga, I don't know. But these are decent little side pieces to the main games. Like I said earlier, I think 358/2 is the best of these because it actually enhances a mediocre game, whereas Kingdom Hearts 2 is like a 10 out of fucking 10 almost, so you know, whatever. This is just a good little side piece. So these older volumes of Chobits here, which is actually currently getting re-released I think in these like 3 or 2-in-1 hardback editions. I've never checked out Chobits because like I've probably said before, I can't remember, I've either said it before or I'll say it later in this video, I don't know. I'm picky about my clamp. So I don't really know what to do yet with Chobits. I don't know if I want to give it a shot. The only clamp thing I really like is Code Geass, and that's not technically clamp. So I don't know. I need to do more clamp stuff. I need to check out XXX Holic and actually check out Legal Drug and stuff. One day. No clue what Bus Gamer really is, other than I got it for like $2 and it's by the author of Get Backers, so I just picked it up. I think it's just this one little thing, and I'm not sure if it tells a complete story or if it's a story that just didn't finish. Who knows, but it was $2. Okay, so Battle Royale. This is the actual like granddaddy of the Battle Royale genre. The original novel was written by the same writer of this manga where it was drawn by another artist. But when it comes to Battle Royale stuff and, you know, death game survival stuff, this is the progenitor right here pretty much. Like there's obviously other examples of things that can be attributed to it all, but when it comes down to it, this is what really popularized it. And I mean, you wouldn't have Fortnite without this fucking manga right here pretty much. So if I'm correct, Boys B is a bunch of singular volumes of different stories. Well, I don't know if it's volumes or chapters or whatever, but I think they're unconnected stories of just kind of romance and high school life and things like that. And yeah, you just pretty much go and you read different stories of different people. I think that's correct. Fact check me in editing. But at any rate, I found all these for like $2 and they look really good on a shelf, and I've heard good things about Boys B over the years. So yeah, I want to check it out. It's here. The Manga Sutra is the manga adaptation of the Kama Sutra, well, loosely. But yeah, it's just a manga adaptation that's very sex positive and teaches you both physical, mental things for your partner, yada yada yada. It's really not safe for work, so I'm not going to show any of it here, and you're not going to find it anymore probably, but yeah, sex manga. So, don't know too much about Aria the Masterpiece, got all these on sale, yada yada yada. One of the reasons I don't know too much about Aria the Masterpiece is because it was pretty much uncompletable. All of the volumes have just been gone and sold out forever, and you're gonna be really lucky if you happen to find one by this point. That being said, Right Stuff Anime and Tokyopop have just done like this backer poll thing, and basically they're bringing it back for one more run. Don't know if it's limited or if it's like just get in there, order it, and when they're gone, they're gone. At any rate, Aria's coming back, so if you're like me and you want to check it out, this is probably your last time to buy it. So yeah, go get on that. I'll put a link below for it just to be nice. Man, Dot Hack, the original Sword Art Online. So I'm like partially into Dot Hack. I watched some of the anime growing up, I've read this manga, and I've played some of the games. The PS2 ones are just impossible to find. You go do what you can to play those. They did bring some of them forward to the PS4 that you can play. They may bring more for, I don't know. Dot hack's weird. It's just it's an odd thing to get into. It tries to be really meta, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. There's so much of it. The best I can say is go find a YouTuber who's more knowledgeable, like Red Bard, and go watch her video on Dot Hack. She'll probably do a better job of getting you into the series than I ever could. Get Backers is one of those things from those early 2000s, late 90s edgy days where everything just felt over the top, like really fucking in your face, but in a really good way. I put Sayuki up there, the same thing, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Get Backers. They get things back. There's not much else to say. The manga's really fucking good. Is it getting a reprint, or did I just make that up in my mind? I may have just made that up. I know Sayuki. Talk about that later. At any rate, Get Backers is pretty cool. You should check it out if you can. Where is the reprint of GTO? Who's gonna buy the rights to GTO and get that back out in America? Y'all nervous about the content, aren't you? You're nervous about the plot. The plot of GTO is this like 22-year-old is like, yeah, I'm gonna become a teacher so I can creep on 16-year-old girls. It's not good. That's really bad. But there's a lot of other stuff about GTO that is really good. Him actually teaching the kids the badassness of it. It's fucking hilarious. I really like GTO, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not got one of the creepiest fucking plot setups. Like I mentioned earlier with McClamp, I need to get into both Legal Drug and Drug Drop, cause like both of these are, well, Legal Drug at least is kind of a very burned in my head series. Back in the days when I was like 7 or 8 walking through Books A Million manga section just looking at like Inuyasha and Yu Yu Hakusho cause I knew what those were from Toonami, I would see Legal Drug up on the shelf and it has the pot leaf that's just there brazenly on the side, and I remember being like, whoa, that's a pot leaf, that's weed, that's drugs, what's that manga about? And then I found out it's just about some clamp shit, so it's probably some shoujo shit, honestly. But at any rate, I probably should check it out. It's been in my life for a really long time now. So, not gonna say too much about Welcome to the NHK, because I want to talk about it here eventually, but it's about the pitfalls of being a koki mori. The manga's absolutely fantastic, the anime is absolutely fantastic. I'll talk more about this one before too long, just strap in. So, I haven't finished Eden Zero like I mentioned earlier, read too much of it other than what I bought initially, but at the moment, Rave Master is easily my favorite Mashima thing. The story of Haru Glory going out to find his dad and stop the Dark Brain and yada yada yada. Rave Master is really fucking cool. I personally prefer the cast of Rave Master to Fairy Tail. I need to read more Eden Zero to see how I feel about all of them, yada yada. But Rave Master, I think its power system, the world, it started off being about music and stuff, and then he just abandoned that idea. But yeah, Rave Master's the shit. I really like it. Also, Sieg is the best one of those Jalal character types he's ever made. I like Sieg the most. He's really cool. So we got some Sayuki and some Sayuki Reload. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it's getting reprinted in these new hardback editions. Don't know if they're gonna cover Reload in them. I do assume they would because, you know, why wouldn't they? But at any rate, it's about these traveling priests who are basically bounty hunters. It's that early edgy 2000s stuff. It's really good. I love this type of shit a lot. If you want to get into it, definitely probably buy the big ones, but I got these, so I'm good. Spirit Circle is another one I'm not going to talk about too much because, yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about Spirit Circle on here eventually. The story of this boy and this girl that can see ghosts and their battle of reincarnation. It's a really interesting story, and it's also a very sad story. Only 6 volumes. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this one on here eventually. By Satoshi Mizukami, author of Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer. A Girl on the Shore is another one of those Asano one-offs. It's about a very young group of kids who are involved in some really mature things for their age. Can't show a whole lot of this one here. I do like A Girl on the Shore. I don't think it's his strongest thing, but yeah. Get ready for some stuff in this one. There's some things that are not that comfy. So After the Rain is one that I wasn't too sure if I was going to actually check out or not, because the premise is about a high school girl who's into a much older man, but after hearing from other people who had the same kind of concerns as that, they were like, no, this is actually really sweet, it subverts the thing you're thinking, trust me, this is worth checking out. So yeah, I'll give After the Rain a shot. Yeah, we'll see what's up. Okay, Aposms by Tsutomu Nihei. Kind of ashamed to say when it comes to his stuff, I'm a little bit of a fucking virgin to it. I have not read any of his stuff, Blam, Apozyms, Knights of Sidonia, any of it. I really need to, because in a way it kind of reminds me of Fujimoto's stuff, like with Fire Punch more so specifically, so I feel like this would be made specifically for me. I'm not sure which of these I should read first. I hear the most about Blam, so I might check that one out first, but if there's one that you think I should go into specifically first for like my intro to him, then let me know, because that sounds pretty cool. I remember seeing Aja and Demi-Human art like years and years ago and thinking, holy shit, that swirl thing looks really cool. I need to check out whatever this is. So I got some of them, but just still haven't done it yet. I've heard the antagonist of this manga is absolutely fantastic, and a lot of the art in it looks really good. So yeah, this is really high up on the list to get into next. Nichijou is a fucking classic. One of the funniest, cutest little things there is out there to get. I think, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure here soon it's getting some kind of box set release, so I grabbed these, saw that, and was like, oh, hang on a second, oh, hold up, I'll just get that. But yeah, Nichijou's fucking great. If you want to get into it easy, go watch the anime. It's a fantastic addition. It doesn't get every single little joke in there from the manga, but it's really good. Nichijou's fucking hilarious. The current Oshimi joined in publication, Blood on the Tracks. It's about a son who has a really abusive relationship with his mother, but to the point of like criminal insanity, I would say. It's very heavy. If you have any kind of relationship with your parents that's maybe not the most charitable thing, this is probably gonna hit in a really specific way. It doesn't handle every aspect of that perfectly, I feel like, but that's another conversation for another video. But it's still an incredibly solid look at these kinds of mother-son relationships that are not that great. Go with the Clouds, North by Northwest. Don't know if it has any relation to that movie by this pretty much same name, but I don't actually know anything about this one other than this cover really caught me. It's that kind of, not really hardcover, but like just thicker, almost cardboardy, bumpy type of cover, and it's just really pretty and interesting. I don't know anything about this. I should probably do more research on some of these things before coming on a video to talk about them, huh? Whatever, looks good. Motherfucking Reckless Fire itself, Skuraido. So I watched this anime earlier this year on a complete whim on Crunchyroll because I saw that it was getting a Blu-ray re-release, and I was like, oh, well, I don't know what that is. I'll check it out. Holy shit! Scride rules. It's fucking great. So many years ago there was an event and it messed up this part of Japan, and now there's an island with stand users basically, and the government's trying to keep them all in control. It's kind of generic and totally takes things from other anime, but in the best of ways. It's fucking great. I haven't actually read this manga yet because I didn't even know it had one until here recently, but the story seems really different for the anime, and I'm not too sure if that's a good or bad thing. So I want to try and read this here soon, but yeah, Scride, really underrated, really fucking cool. So yeah, like I said earlier about Nihei's stuff, Knights of Sidonia I haven't got to yet, need to get to some of his stuff. I know that there's like 3-in-1 big boy vertical comic editions of these, and I'm probably going to try and grab those here soon so I can get into this one. I hear it's a lot more grounded than his other stuff while still being his sci-fi weird trend. So yeah, this might be a good starting point, but also boy, it looks cool. Moteki is about a fucking nerd who somehow gets like a cell phone that hooks him up with a bunch of chicks. I don't actually know anything about it. These 2 volumes were just on sale, and this cover has been making me laugh ever since I saw it on the shelf one day, and I thought, yeah, sure, I'll grab it. Who knows, it could be good, we'll see. So I haven't got to actually read Summer Wars yet because I ordered it like a year ago, and then it got lost in the mail and it wasn't back in stock to send to me like until 2 months ago, I think. So it's actually here now and I need to read it here soon. Need to watch the movie too. So I'll get on here soon. Blame USPS, not me. Yet another hidden Junji Ito thing in here, the Dissolving Classroom. It's more Junji Ito, another interesting story. You know what it is. Man, what I wouldn't give to get more of the Blackjack manga. One of Osamu Tezuka's original mangas. It's about Blackjack, a underground doctor who does dirty dealing doctrines, and it's really cool and interesting. You could tell he had kind of some interest in the medical field when he wrote it, because there's very interesting depictions of surgeries and medical procedures and things like that, but it has his signature kind of fucked up style to it. I really like Tezuka's stuff. This is really cool. You should check this out if you can. You're not, go read it online, I guess, because these mangas are gone. Buddha, also by Osamu Tezuka. So this is the classic story of the god Buddha in every single aspect of that story, just told in a manga. It's really fucking good. I don't know what else to say other than if you know the story of Buddha or have any interest in the story of Buddha, this is a really cool way to check it out. It's funny, it's fun, it's action-packed, it's got some of those Tezuka's, you know, kind of like intensity in there. It's really cool. This is really, really good, and I don't know how many people even really know about it. The big boy version of Paradise Kiss by Ayazawa, the girl who wrote Nana, or well, was writing Nana, if you're a big fan of that, this is really good too. It's just kind of her look at the fashion world. It's really cool. Her art style is like always just incredibly beautiful. MW and the Book of Human Insects are definitely Tezuka's kind of foray into some of his more fucked up things. Both of these are definitely some of the most intense things I think I've ever read from him. I think I'm just gonna do a big video on Tezuka the more I think about it. So I'm gonna save talking about these for that because there's a lot to talk about with him, from Astro Boy to this. The current thing that Oh Great is doing, the manga adaptation by Nisoni's fucking smash hit Bakemonogatari. So I don't know anything about the Monogatari series. I don't know where to start. I don't know if it's good. Oh, I think it's good. People have talked about it for years, right? I don't really know what to do with it. So I started grabbing these because Oh Great's the shit. So I figured I'd just check these out and go from there. But if there's some, if I don't want to read light novels, so if I could just watch it all, that'd be cool too. Let me know. Don't bully me, Miss Nagatoro. Was that fucking Kino shit? I love Nagatoro. I love everything about this. It's fucking funny. It's cute. Get your heart pumping a little bit. The anime is a really, really good adaptation. I'm super satisfied with how the anime handled everything that's in the manga. Really, really love this. I believe in Gamo supremacy. Check out Nagatoro. So I don't actually know what Kino's journey is, other than it's supposed to be some fucking Kino. I think the anime is supposed to be pretty decent quality, and I got these 3 mangas on sale, so I should probably check this out sooner, right? Is this something that should be higher up on the list? Is it a manga thing? Is it an anime thing? How should I experience the Kino? Let me know. The Daily Lives of High School Boys is just a really simple comedy manga about high school boys. There's not much else deeper than it other than it's really fucking funny. And if you got that kind of nostalgia for your high school days, which I know not a lot of people honestly have, but if you do, this can definitely tap into those memories for you. Girlfriend just grabbed Taha a couple of days ago. I don't know shit about it other than these boys got some pretty big thighs. Mysterious Girlfriend is one I looked at on the shelves at Barnes & Noble for a really long time before grabbing these couple volumes here on sale eventually. I think it's just about having a girlfriend that's really fucking weird and mysterious. I don't know too much else about it other than that. The art in it actually looks really good. I wasn't expecting it to have a pretty unique art style. I should probably check this out here sooner. I bet it's pretty good. Kaiji's the shit. The anime's great, the manga's great. I'm really happy Denpa is putting this out. It's the story of a man who will rather go to play the game where all of his bones break if he loses than get an honest job making some money. The creator of Kaiji, Fukumoto, is an insane man who just recently ended one of his longest running series with a a mahjong game that ran for like 18 years straight in the manga. A 18-year-long mahjong game. Imagine reading that. Imagine reading a single mahjong game for over 10 years. Holy fuck. The girl with the sanpaku eyes is just a really adorable little thing about a girl who basically has a resting bitch face but is a big old sweetheart. It's in full color, so that's a big plus. Definitely big old recommend. Pleasure and Corruption is basically what if the most basic bred white boy ever went, huh, BDSM, huh? I kinda see the appeal. Shino Can't Say Her Name is about a girl named Shino who has communication issues and ends up not being able to make a lot of friends at school because of it, but bonds with people over music and things like that. Really cute. I don't know if there's going to be a volume 2 or if this is just one-off, but it's really cute. Good stuff. Inside Mari is another Oshimi thing, and the whole premise is basically, you know, the old thing of what if you're a boy who got turned into a girl, except with extreme body horror and everything that would actually come with that concept. It's really good, probably not for everybody, but good stuff. I don't know nothing yet about the great Jahei will not be defeated other than the girl looked cute and people said it was the new Nagatoro, so I grabbed it. Will it replace Nagatoro? I doubt it. So Cherry Magic is one of my girlfriend's things, but the premise of it doesn't sound that bad. A 30-year-old virgin is at work one day, and on his 30th birthday, he's able to read the minds of people. And he looks at his hotter coworker, an old, like I think a man around the same age, and that coworker's like, hell yeah, I would love to be up in that. And this man who has been straight at this point is like, so kind of goes from there. We'll see what's going on. I think Our Son is Gay should probably just be titled Our Son is Pretty Gay. Like, the premise of it is a young boy in school who's obviously gay and hiding it from his mom because he doesn't want to upset her or freak her out or anything, and the mom very obviously knows and just wants her son to be happy, so it's just constant like, so you been talking to any girls at school? And then the mom's like, oh, you. It's heartwarming. It's good stuff. I definitely read it. My girlfriend's boy love section. I don't have too much to say about any of these other than I've seen some stuff from Yarch and Bitch Club and it gets intense. Don't know much about these ones though. I think Jackass gets intense though. So I believe Hinamatsuri is about a weird alien girl who falls from the sky one day on top of a Yakuza member and he kinda has to like deal with that. I hear it's a really solid comedy manga and I got these 4 on sale, so I'm gonna check it out eventually. I love me some good comedy. Someone, please buy the rights to Gone. Please publish Gone again in America. Please bring it back. That Italian box set was a thing and now I can't find it anymore and I want to read it. It's basically the story of a little dinosaur who goes around the world beating big ass, doing whatever he wants, having a good time. It actually has no words in it. Completely dialogue free. So if you can find any language version of this, do it. You're fine. You can just read it. It's fucking cool. Gone rules. Don't know anything about Ryuko other than Hard Case Crime has recently put out a couple of things that all have really cool arts and covers, so I grabbed this. We'll see what it is. Check it out. I like it. Hey, what's up? If you remember AMV Hell, you deserve a senior discount card, because here's the star of it right here, Azumanga Daioh. Azumanga Daioh is really good, it's funny, the manga's great, the anime of it's great, but I swear to God, it's just been tainted in my mind because of AMV Hell. If you don't know what AMV Hell is, just go look it up on YouTube and go learn about the anime community in 2005 and 6, because it was something. Cromartie High School, where the rebel soul speaks. Cromartie High rules. It's fucking hilarious. Go watch it, whether you watch the dub with its amazing actors or the sub with its amazing actors. Cromartie High is the absolute shit. The manga's not for everybody, so I'm just not even gonna talk too much about it. Go watch the anime though. Don't know anything about Gunslinger Girl other than it's some old school stuff that people really like. Got those for a couple bucks. We'll see what's up sometime. Animeta is kind of like Isaacin, I think, where it's about the process of creating anime through the eyes of someone who loves it, but I don't know if it's as charming as Isaacin, so we'll see if it gets picked up. We'll see what happens. I don't know anything about S or East other than it has some cool art, so I kept it up here. Is it good? Let me know. Man, it would be so cool for someone to put City Hunter out officially in America. This is one I've been waiting on forever. I really want to get into City Hunter. I've heard the anime's pretty censored, so I should probably read it, but it's kind of hard to find online in general, but I need to get into it. City Hunter looks like it'd be fucking great. The Rising of Shield Hero, I mean, the anime I hear is pretty good. I'll have to just check out more about it, because off the top of the head, the Shield Hero stuff, it's like, well, it could be good or it could be stupid. I don't know. We'll just have to see. I hear the Sunspot is a BL series that's about a boy with very major hearing disability who has a hard time integrating and communicating with other people around him until he makes a friend that becomes more than just a friend. It's a really solid story, really heartfelt. If you're into boy love, definitely put it on your list. My Dress Up Darling is about a man who is really good at making clothes and designs and things like that, but because of a traumatic event from his past doesn't want to do it anymore. A new girl finds out, hey, you're really good at this stuff, and so she's gonna force him to do her thing, cosplay. So he makes cosplay outfits for her. Gets a little risky, you know, because they love But yeah, don't really know anything else about it because I just grabbed this first volume not too long ago. So, what I was gonna say about Negima has changed a lot since the beginning of all of this recording for this video. So I initially got all these volumes $2 a piece here at that half price store. They just kind of sat here on the shelf and I didn't really know too much about it other than Ken Akamatsu, the creator, is the same guy behind Love Hina, which was really well respected. And that was about it. And now, the week I'm recording this, which will probably be way past this by the time this video is released, but I decided on the next things I wanted to read. I've been peeping this series called UQ Holder. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab that first volume, we're gonna see what's up there. Then I see, oh hey, Ken Akamatsu, the same guy behind Love Hina and Negima. Do a slight bit more research and I find out, oh, it's a sequel to Negima, not just its own thing. And the way this brain works means I cannot read this until I figure out about Negima. My brain is not gonna let me skip ahead to UQ Holder because I'm gonna have to do Negima now. So, don't know shit about Negima, but I guess I'm gonna find out because I want to read UQ Holder. A lot of people that I've talked to about Negima don't seem to like it, but they like Love Hina and UQ Holder, so I guess I'm gonna have to see. So right here I've just got a bunch of Japanese volumes I've picked up over the years. I've got this one volume of Fist of the North Star up here that I just found. What was it? 300 yen? Something like that. I think I got this for like 50 cents. A Hunter x Hunter guidebook. Hunter x Hunter Volume 32, a bunch of Bleach volumes that I was able to find. Now, these are all like 50 cents a pop, and I really prefer the Japanese Bleach volumes where they have the titles on them and nothing else. The Bleach logo is like really muted or sometimes not even there. I definitely prefer these. Volume 2 of Sailor Moon, Volume 12 of Yu Yu Hakusho, Volume 15 of 20th Century Boys. This is actually a Chinese Dragon Ball, I'm pretty sure. It's Volume 29, so it's definitely in the Buu Saga. A French Kenshin, which it was fucking beautiful. Like, this volume is legitimately pretty. I had to check it out. I mean, what could I do? This was really cool. A Toriko guidebook, 3 fairy tale volumes, Reborn art book, Reborn guidebook, and a Reborn to L-Dive or D-Live or whatever art book. D-Live is the next series by Amano that she made as a special promotion for one of Shonen Jump's new streaming apps. It's completely in color, which is really cool, but it didn't hook me near as much as Reborn, so what can I say? Then yeah, I've got a bunch of volumes of Reborn. These ones specifically I found for 50 cents a piece, and these ones I got after reading the manga to its entirety off eBay for like $5 a piece or something in one deal. So yeah, since Viz is never gonna finish it up or whatever, I'll collect it any way I can. This is the German edition of Jigan Volume 1. I need to get back into Jigan. I really like what it was putting down. Once it started getting to the superhero stuff where you had this group that was organizing in the park and I didn't care about any of these heroes and this guy was lame, but people have said, yeah, that part was kind of not great, but it picks right back up after that, so I'm gonna get back in there. That art is fucking beautiful, and I think it's over now, so all the more reason. No idea what the fuck Dancing Policeman is, but I know my man Urasawa, so yeah, I bought it. 2 random volumes of Zatch Bell. I've never actually read Zatch Bell, but it was on when I was a kid, you know the Cartoon Network version from back in the day. I really want to read Zatch Bell, but one day. A bunch of Japanese Shaman Kings. Go watch my video. Shaman King's the shit, you know what it is. Love it, gotta have it. The first 6 volumes of Steel Ball Run that I grabbed off Amazon in like 2015 or so. Favorite JoJo part? I mean, I know in 2028 these will start coming out in English, but like I've talked about before with the hardbacks, I just prefer this old art. I like this connecting spine. I loved all these little balls on the side, which, who knows, maybe by the time they get there, Viz will do something interesting, but I'm not gonna put my money on it. And lastly, Zombie Powder, the original series by Kubo. I'm actually gonna talk more about this here soon in that Bleach video that I mentioned, but Zombie Powder didn't have what it takes. It wasn't bad. I'll talk more about why I think what I think, but I think it was definitely pivotal for what came next. Alright, so yeah, I've got these really old volumes of Blade of the Immortal here. Those last two aren't even numbered. I have no clue where they fit into the story. But this is something I haven't actually read yet. What? Imagine that, something I haven't read yet. I'm going to here soon. The only reason I haven't is I'm just waiting for all of those big boy editions that Dark Horse is doing a lot of things on now. When I get all of those, it's finally going to be time. Then after that, I'm going to probably start reading all of his other stuff. So I'm just kind of waiting to start this one first. So I've got a few of the Danganronpa mangas down here. The first two are from Danganronpa 2 specifically, and I think I haven't actually read them. I just kind of grabbed them because the covers are great and I fucking love Danganronpa. But I'm pretty sure those Danganronpa 2 ones are told from the perspective of Nagito, and then the other one is just Ultra Despair Girls told in the manga, and the cover of it was really good. And I'm a secret Ultra Despair Girls fan, even though it's kind of bad. I love Danganronpa. I'll talk more about it when time comes. Is I Am a Hero, like, just no longer gonna be made? Like, Dark Horse made these 3-in-1 editions that I started grabbing, and then they just vanished, and they're like, no, we still plan to release them. Where are they at? I don't. Dark Horses, at least against Hellsing and things like that, are finally coming back. Maybe one day Trigun will be allowed to come back. But yeah, I've heard really good things about this for a long time. I did hear the ending may shit the bed. I don't know about that though. But yeah, the art in this is really great. I'm pretty sure it's about a manga artist who has to survive the zombie apocalypse. The art's really, really good. Really, kind of has a Asano vibe to it a little bit. Definitely, yeah, I'm gonna check it out even if the ending is shitty. Kind of like Prison School. Mob Psycho 100 is that motherfucking good shit. I prefer it 100% over 100% over One Punch Man. The anime, both seasons. Oh my god, Bones, where's season 3? I love the webcomic. I love one style of writing. I love my son here. Man, Reagan, Dimple. I know a lot of people are put off of this content being kind of more relaxed and slice of lifey, I guess, or the art style looking not good to them, but whatever. Mob Psycho 100's the best. I love my son. He's so great. So I've got these two older Gantz singles here, and then over here I'm getting the omnibuses as they come out, and I have one volume of Gantz G. So Gantz and fucking Oku. I like Gantz. I think it's really good, but at the same time it's also very bad. Like, its story is pretty rough, and there's a lot of things in it that are there just to make you feel uncomfortable or to be edgy, but at the same time, I mean, this art's just insane, and there's stuff in it I do like. I like the weirdness, and I like edgy things, but not when they're too, like, Elfen Lied is too far. Elfen Lied fucking sucks, but Gantz is okay, if that makes any sense. Man, Blood Blockade Battlefront looks so cool. So yeah, it's by Yasuhiro Night Owl, creator of Trigun. Go watch my Trigun video. Yeah, I'm gonna plug it. What do you want from me? But the first 8 volumes just like don't exist in America anymore, I guess. I've only ever seen these 2, and even at this point, I'm pretty sure they're like impossible to find online. At any rate, it got 10 volumes in, and the magazine it was in straight up ended, so it got picked up by another magazine, just like Trigun, and is still going now. What is it? Blood Blockade Battlefront Back to Back with a 2 in it? Whatever. At any rate, I really want to read it, but it's hard to get any good copies of. Gotta read it digitally, just haven't done it yet, but I love Night Owl, so it's up there. Gotta do it here soon. And right here we've got 1 through 7 of the big boy Berserks, and then a bunch of the single volumes that I picked up here recently. I mean, it's Berserk. What can I say? Rest in peace to the fucking GOAT. Berserk is one of the first mangas that I ever took the time reading. It's what showed me, like, just like JoJo, that manga was something that I really, really needed to take more time to check out. There'll never be anything like Berserk, and everything that tries to be like Berserk just isn't. It's a shame, but at the same time, I mean, it ended in a good spot at the end of the day, and I'll always be happy with what we got. Berserk's great. And if you're someone who hasn't read it yet and you're a little bit put off by the idea because it is never going to have, at least as of right now, it's never going to have a definitive ending, don't let that deter you. Where the series got to, the ending is good enough. Like, trust me, it got to where it got to where it needed to go. Mira got there. Rest in peace, dude. Man, fuck. This Space Battleship Yamato Star Blazers 2199 up here. I haven't actually read it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's loosely based off of the old Space Battleship Yamato things by Leiji Matsumoto, so I grabbed it on sale. We gonna see what's up. Man, Keep Your Hands Off Isaac-in is super underrated. That anime pretty much made me tear up like almost once every episode. That's that good shit. Kanamori is the best there ever was. I'm gonna buy the manga even if I never read it because I'm gonna support it because yeah, this is my stuff. I love these three. So good. So good. Another one of the Dark Horse jail inmates, Eden, It's an Endless World. So this one is about a world where 15% of mankind has been wiped out by a virus, fitting, and there's this brother and sister who live on an island together. The sister gets kidnapped, time skip forward, brother's gotta save the sister, and it's just this really, really cool story that I wish I could. I may end up doing something with this eventually because I really do want to talk more about it. And seeing how it's locked up in the Dark Horse jail, it's never fucking coming back. So there's someone's got to get out there and be like, hey, this is a thing people should care about. Yeah, I haven't actually read Gigantomaxia yet. I just know that Mira did it while he was on one of his Berserk hiatuses, so of course I was gonna buy it. The art in it is as good as Berserk. I mean, you know what it is. It's probably pretty good. I've got this one old volume of Hellsing here, and then the first of these new big boys that they're doing. So, out of all the new Dark Horse big boy editions, Hellsing is easily my favorite. I think the Berserk ones are kind of lame, if I'm gonna be pretty honest. Like, there is these big leather black books that don't have anything that special about them. Blade of the Immortals aren't too bad. I do like these, like, kind of ceramic almost, like, things on the front of them that feel really solid and are really nice. But Hellsings, on the other hand, have these, like, really, really bright red, which you can't really see it too well in the video. Maybe you can, but there's this really good texture on them. And for what Hellsing is about, I think it fits the theme, where you have the vampire Alucard who's lived forever doing the dirty work of the church. Well, not really the church, actually. The church is actually the bad guy. Well, whatever, at any rate, Hellsing's really fucking good. The artwork is amazing. The Hellsing Ultimate OVAs are also very good if you would like to watch it. Big recommended those. The original anime is very good, but kind of has a filler ending, you know. So at any rate, good stuff. I'm really excited to get the last two of these. So a lot of people are pretty critical on Vinland Saga's second half because it takes such a major departure from what the first half's about. And if you read Planets, that's also by Makoto Yukimura, I feel like you were probably expecting Vinland Saga to go in that direction eventually. Like, Planets is a story about a crew that works in space on the edge of Earth that lives in a little pod that goes around daily in space, which isn't too much to mean anything, collecting space junk and debris to make sure that ships don't, bump into the space junk, because a small little bit of debris in space moves at like 500 miles an hour a second or something. I don't remember. At any rate, it's a really dangerous job, and these people do it because they have that big fascination with space. And the manga itself focuses on one character and his journey throughout life of going into space and what it means to him, and how we're all in space if you really think about it, living on Earth. If you like Vinland Saga, this is a little bit of a change of pace, but if you like the writing sensibilities of Vinland Saga, as well as, the later stuff that comes on that's way less violent, this is definitely up your alley. And then lastly, over here, we've just got the Fooly Cooly Omnibus. Not too much to say about it other than it's a really good companion to the anime. If you've never seen the Fooly Cooly anime, if you're an English speaker, go watch it in English first, because the animation is so wild and it has a fantastic dub. And if you like it a lot, go back and check it out in Japanese. Either way, I do recommend its dub. It's got a great dub. Give it a watch. Fooly Cooly is very important. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Trigun's out here in the living room because Trigun's that dope shit, and I wanted to put it next to the Wolfwood figure for a picture for the Trigun video and just haven't moved it back. At any rate, if you want to know what I have to say about Trigun, go watch that video. It's really good. Spoiler alert, I fucking love Trigun. It's probably in my top 3 manga, top 10 anime. Trigun's great. Go watch that video. It's just as great. So on these bottom shelves down here, I have a bunch of comics, art books, and things like that I'll go through real quick as well. First off, just look at these old fucking Shonen Jumps, man. I just want all these Shonen Jumps I could possibly find. Just the big pages, the original releases of all these things that came over here. Yeah, it's cool to find the Japanese ones, I'll always take those. But this is such a little pocket of time in history that was important to me growing up, and man, I love these. Like, I'm pretty sure in here I actually have some really pivotal moments, like Luffy realizing he has the friends after the war and everything. Like, I love these. These are a little time relic. I'm gonna keep these forever if I can. So just one of these big boys and then the first of the small Avatar comics. I want to talk about Avatar and Korra on this channel and these comics as well, all in like one big thing eventually. Is that something someone would be interested in? Would y'all be interested in seeing a really long extensive video on all of Avatar? Because I'd like to talk about that. It deserves it. Legally Required, Batman the Killing Joke, and Batman Europa, which I think is written by a European artist. Really interesting, really cool art style, I dig it. The first big four Hellboy comics. Now, I need to actually get into Hellboy. I love this artwork. I've been completely blind to Hellboy all my life, but this art's great. I'm gonna read it here soon. Excited for this. Kingdom Come is a single comic run by Alex Ross, and Alex Ross draws some of the best comic book art. Like, out of all the Western comic book artists, he's probably in my top 3. Check out Kingdom Come just to look at this art, dude. Holy shit. Paper Girls is the short 6 series run by Brian K. Vaughan, one of the main guys behind Saga, and it's about these girls in the 80s going through this crazy adventure. I haven't actually read it on myself. My girlfriend has and fucking loves it, but just look at these covers, look at this art. Yeah, Paper Girls looks really cool. We both need to read it. You two watching this, yeah, let's go. With their Amazon TV shows, I feel like The Boys and Invincible have like blown up here recently in popularity, but the other Garth Ennis thing that I prefer over both of these is actually Preacher, the story of a preacher who's hunting down God in a world that he's abandoned. It's fucking intense, just like The Boys and Invincible, but with a little bit more of a religious slant on it, which down the home, that hits right up to my Kentucky bones. That Preacher's cool, give it a shot. It's fucked up, but I like it. And yeah, Saga, probably one of the most famous, well-known, and best graphic novels that's been written in the past so many years. It's been on hiatus for a really long time, and it is coming back. There has been an update that they're just working on part 2 of the story, and it's gonna come back as soon as it's ready. But if you're into comics and graphic novels and stuff, just check Saga out. I ain't gonna say too much about it here because you can just figure the premise out on your own, but Saga's really cool, and I hope it does come back and is as strong as it has been. Just this 4-volume run of these Star Wars Vader comics that take place between episode 3 and 4 and kind of show how he rose to the notoriety that he has at the beginning of episode 4. Really solid, a good internal look at Vader and really cool Star Wars things. I'm not the biggest Star Wars extended universe thing unless it's video games. This is the one thing I would recommend outside of the video games though. This is some good shit. One of the granddaddy godfathers of comics itself, Watchmen. I mean, if you haven't seen Watchmen, if you haven't read Watchmen, I don't really know what to say other than you should probably check out Watchmen. It's as famous as it is for a reason. Dr. Manhattan's the shit. It's a little intense at times, but I mean, hey, what can I say? Watchmen's really good. Here's those old school Akiras I mentioned earlier. Now that I got the box set that's got the hardbacks, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. They may just sit here on the shelf, they may get put up, they may get sold, I don't know. May just keep them because collector's sake. And here's the big boy Sailor Moon Eternal editions. So if you're gonna read Sailor Moon now in 2021, this is probably the way you should do it. It has the bigger versions of the pages, the newest translation, all the color arts in here. I mean, hey, what more do you want? It's Sailor Moon and it's in color. It's big, it's the good stuff. Over here, I've got the all-in-one edition of My Brother's Husband. It's about a father and daughter whose brother/uncle had just recently passed away and was living in Canada. And he was, well, a gay man. And his husband, who is now alone, is coming over to Japan to visit. And it turns into like this story of the father trying to understand this whole different type of culture, both Canadian and gay, that he just didn't really understand. And his daughter just kind of getting along with him and, you know, being the blind eyes of children to the world. It's really sweet. It's really cool. Big recommend. Rohan at the Louvre is just the side story that Araki wrote about Rohan going to the Louvre. If you're a big JoJo fan, you just check it out. It's pretty, it's in color, it's JoJo. Hey, come on baby, you know what it is. So I've got the Zelda Encyclopedia and art books here, and I'm still missing the, what is it, the Historia book? Whatever, the big green one. But if you're a big Zelda fan, I super recommend these. They're just full of shit throughout the entire history of the series. Fucking art, info, just all kinds of little things. If you're a Zelda fan, check them out. They're worth the money. So I've also got the Final Fantasy Ultimania archive through Final Fantasy 7 through 9, and I'm missing the 1 through 6 book and the 10 through 14 book. Need to really get those because I really like almost every Final Fantasy game. I feel like the only bad one is actually like 2. That one is objectively bad. The rest of them are, honestly, they have redeeming qualities. I'm a big Final Fantasy guy, and if you like Final Fantasy, these books are full of everything, just like those Zelda ones. Big recommends to them. Okay, so Soul Eater Soul Art 2. I like this art book a lot, and I'm glad to have it. Kinda wish I had the first Soul Art, because this one focuses more on the end of Soul Eater and Soul Eater Not and Bravely Default and just other stuff that Okubo has done, whereas the first book I think is focused more on like Soul Eater, which is actually what I want. But whatever, it's still cool. I love Okubo's art. It's that great shit. The Junji Ito Twisted Visions art book. This is probably one of my favorite art books I actually have. It's just a book of Junji Ito's fucked up art. I mean, you could show this to anybody and go, hey, just flip through this, and they're gonna be mesmerized. It's great. It's great. What more can I say? It's great. The Complete Full Metal art book. I can't remember, this is only a few years old, but it's a Full Metal art book. It's got stuff from the beginning all the way to the end. If you're a Full Metal mark, you want it. It's fucking great stuff. Love it. The One Piece color walks from East Blue all the way to Paramount War. I don't know if there's any more out in Japan, but like, can we get more? Can we get more of these from like Fishman Island to Dressrosa or something? Come on, I want more of the color walks. I need more One Piece color art to look at. Inoue Takahiko Illustrations. It's a slam dunk art book. I mean, hey, you know what it is. Inoue Arts is the shit. There's another one out there that I think is getting harder to find. It's getting more expensive. Really should try and grab it, because man, I love his art. This Persona 5 art book that was made by Prima Gods right before they went out of business. This art book just gone now. I got it for Christmas one year. I'm pretty sure I just asked for it. I was like, yeah, I want that. Give me, holler at me that. I want that. That looks cool. Now it's fucking gone, and it's just a collector's item. It's got all kinds of really cool stuff in it. I need to actually go through this and show it off one day, because I don't know how many people have really even seen this art book. The Danganronpa 1+2 fan book. If it's just a big compilation of stuff about Danganronpa's 1 and 2, but it's in Japanese, so I'm just kind of here to look at it. But one day, I'm going to very extensively talk about Danganronpa on this channel. I love Danganronpa a lot. I ain't gonna talk too much about it now, because I'm just gonna save that for the time. All I'm gonna say is, if you like visual novels and you like dumb anime bullshit, go play Danganronpa. You need to do it. The Persona 4 Arena Design Works, which is just a big art book compilation of stuff from Persona 4 Arena. Persona 4 Arena is probably one of my favorite fighting games, I should say it follows Ultimax, which is one of the better fighting games. Persona 4 is the shit, Persona 4 Arena is the shit. Where's the remaster? Where's the remaster? Why is Ultimax trapped on the PS3? Please remaster it, oh my god. This Land of the Lustrous art book, I mean, if you like Land of the Lustrous and you like that really intensely weird art style that's in it, then you'll love the artwork in this. What more can I say? Bleach, All the Color But the Black, just one of the many art books of Bleach. It's pretty good, got a couple of good things in it. There's tons of Bleach art books, no matter what you do, they're all good. The Udon Street Fighter Swimsuit Collection, which is a compilation book of a bunch of different artists doing submissions of like Street Fighter characters and swimsuits and on beachwear and stuff. It's really good. A lot of really good stuff in here. Big recommend if you like Street Fighter or just sexy characters. This like super discount cheap Art of Soul Calibur 2 book I found for like $1. It seems like a packet extra for the game. There's like barely anything in it, but whatever. It's got some art in it, I guess. It's just the renders that are in the game pretty much. Whatever. So, the Dragon Ball Visual History art book. If you're a big Dragon Ball person and you that's your thing, this covers from like the beginning all the way up to the more recent stuff with I think the beginning of Super, and you can see the weird progression of Toriyama's art and how it looks now. If you're a big Dragon Ball fan, it's great. Big recommend to check it out. It's got all kinds of little goodies in it. You know what it is. Check it out. Clover is an all-in-one edition of the manga by Clamp. I don't really know how I feel about it. I don't think I like it too much. It has one of the most interesting panel layouts I've ever seen in manga and how the pages are done, but the actual story is fucking gobbledygook. I don't know what happened in it. Clamp's things are really hit and miss with me. I'm really picky about my Clamp, but yeah, it's pretty. I can at least say that. Tekken Kincrete, probably the most famous thing by Matsumoto. So I think, yeah, Eyepatch Wolf has already done a really good video on the movie for this, and the movie is just a really good adaptation of the manga, so I would definitely recommend you go watch that for more of a deeper dive. But it's just the story of these two boys slowly discovering over the course of the manga and the movie the world that they live in and how harsh reality can be, taking away their fantastical view of the world and replacing it with the world we actually live in. It's really fucking good. I like it a lot. But yeah, go watch that Eyepatch Wolf video, or just go read this, or go watch the movie. Yeah, Tekken The Barrage art book by Ray Hiro, the creator of Black Lagoon. Just a bunch of the art he's done throughout the years for both Black Lagoon and other things. I think he's got a really clean, dope art style. Also, Black Lagoon's the shit. Check it out. Grimoire Nier is the information book that went with the original Nier back in like 2008 or 9 or whatever the fuck it released. It's in Japanese, so you know, it is what it is, but I'm a fucking huge Nier guy, so I had to have it on my shelf. I love it. Love Nier. That's a whole big conversation we'll have one day. This Rurouni Kenshin Profiles book, which is just basically kind of like a character profile book for any other series, but for Kenshin, nothing too special about it, honestly, just a little thing I got. The most recent sketchbook by the artist Kiniko on Twitter. She's responsible for stuff like the merch from Mega 64, or possibly more famously, she did almost all of the art for the designs of the girls in Skullgirls. I fucking love her art so much. If you ever want to support a really cool, funny artist, go check out Kiniko on Twitter. I'm gonna put her at below. She does some great stuff. This production book from the Evangelion TV show that just is full of concept art drawings and just sketch work through the entire show. Yeah, there's probably some stuff in here that was moving in the final episodes. If you're an Eva fan, big recommend. So, all of this stuff is actually just not on the shelves right now, and it's kind of just in a box over to the side. I'm very tight on room at the moment, and this is stuff that, it's not that I don't have any plans on not reading, it's more of just I'm not actively collecting at the moment. Maybe there's newer versions of things that are in here, or it's just hard to buy, so I've got it over here for whatever reason. But yeah, I've got all these, so I figured I should probably put them in here. If there's anything that you think I should pull out of here and put on the shelf, let me know. There probably might be some gold in here that I just don't know about. So yeah, that was all of it. Sorry it took over 2 hours. I wanted somewhere to show off my figures too, because I actually have a pretty decent collection of them, but the video's already too long, so if you want to see more of these, go check out my Twitter where I'll actually have a thread of stuff from this video. I'll have probably videos and pictures there. You can go look there. Outside of just Viz pre-orders that I've had since recording this video, I've actually ordered the rest of Tokyo Ghoul Re, some more Naruto, all of Dimension W, really looking forward to that, and all of Nura Rise of the Yokai Clan because I got it on a good deal. With these volumes mixed in with this collection, I think I'm left with a grand total of 1,909 volumes. Fuck, that's a lot. Thanks for sticking around with this far while I counted up all of those volumes, and like I said, let me know down below what you want to see next. Thanks again, and I'll be back next time for an extremely long Bleach video.